good afternoon, or morning, or whatever time it is where you are. It's good to be back. I wasn't sure if the camera was going to be working there when I first jumped on, but we're here. I've already seen many familiar names in the chat. Hope you're all having a nice week. Hey Ibrahim, how's it going? Thierry's here as well. Turbo J Automotive, first stream. Nice one. Welcome along. I hope you have a nice time. It's going to be a really chilled, relaxed stream. I mean, I try and make every stream very chilled and relaxed. The whole point of a stream versus a video is that, you know, the videos, we obviously want to make sure that we're covering as much information as possible, and we're trying to think through all the intricate details. With streams like this, it's just about having fun, doing some sim racing, saying things as they happen, and kind of analysing things as we go, and just having a good time, chatting to you guys. So it's always a pleasure to be live on the Traction channel, and it's great to have you all along for the ride. This is going to be a different one again this week, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, try different things, because there are so many things that the racing game world has to offer these days across all different platforms. But one interesting case over the last couple of years has been Forza Motorsport. Now, we first played Forza Motorsport when it launched back in October 2023, and I have to say, in general, the TraxionGG team were pretty disappointed. Not necessarily because the game itself was just awful. It was more to do with the amount of time that was spent developing it, the hype around it, how everything was going to be from the ground up, amazing, you know, the best simulation physics and the best visuals and all these kind of things. And when the game actually launched, it had some great redeeming features, but generally speaking, it was pretty glitchy, pretty buggy. It didn't perform that well. The gameplay itself was okay. Online racing was really good. It was great fun, not without its problems in terms of getting, you know, servers and everything like that, but generally speaking, it was pretty good. And that was, you know, we actually did a video at the time, which was Forza Motorsport's One Saving Grace online multiplayer. Now, it's been a long time since then. Traction has been shut down, revived, all of these things, but we haven't actually covered Forza Motorsport on the YouTube channel. We've been covering it all the time on the website, of course. Whenever there's new news and updates, we've written an article about it, so you can always keep up to date with all the latest news on the traction.gg website. But in video form, this will be the first return to Forza Motorsport since those days in late 2023. And I have to say, they have been killing it with updates. Like, there have been so many Forza Motorsport updates over the last few years, you cannot say anything about this studio not trying to make this game as good as it possibly can be. There was a lot of changeover, for example, with the actual team itself, with the individuals involved in making this game. It sounds like the whole thing from the very start of when the game was first being created to the point where it was released was a little bit all over the place and a bit messy. But I have to say, there have been so many updates with new content that people have been asking for many years with Forza. They've improved the visuals, they've improved the performance, everything is going in the right direction, to a point now where I think if this game launched today in this state, it's probably closer to what we would expect, or what we would have wanted from the launch in the first place. So, yeah, you guys seem very keen. You've got Ibrahim saying the game's very good now. You're a Forza Motorsport diehard, that's good to know. We've got Pixel 5, let's go with. Last few Forza Motorsport updates have been really good. Yeah, so you guys are keen. Alright, excellent. Well, I look at this as my way of learning about Forza Motorsport today, because I've not played it in a long time. We played it a little bit during a video a few months ago, probably many months ago now, looking at like very rare race cars that are in racing games. And basically, yeah, I want to kind of evaluate how it is and experience it for myself today. But you guys watching clearly are very passionate about Forza Motorsport, and you'll probably be telling me things about how this game works and how it's going to be. So you could just, I guess, witness me working it out for myself and going through the challenges. Doing some personal tests for the online IndyCar races. Nice. How long tires last in each track, controller versus wheel. Very nice. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so the IndyCar is very recent. That's new to the game. Now, as you can see, I'm on my own Domino Racing account here, so I'm only level 26. That's from the time I played it right back at the start. I've not got that many credits, so I can't actually go and buy the new IndyCar. I'm going to have to rent it for the races. But one thing I found interesting, I did actually try and just get the wheel set up. I went and jumped in the IndyCar to try and do a race offline. And because I don't actually own the IndyCar, and I can't afford to buy it yet, I couldn't change the aero configuration in the setup menu, which meant that I couldn't actually do a proper oval race with the oval wing and aero pack on the IndyCar, unless I'm missing something obvious. And the AI seemed to just be a mixture of, some of them were the oval configuration, some were circuit. So that was a bit weird, and I'm hoping that if we do some online IndyCar racing, which I am planning on doing, that it will actually automatically set the correct configuration, but we'll have to see. Anyway, I've done a lot of yabbering already, as always, and I know you guys are keen to see some racing, so we'll chat about all of this as we go. I don't want to just spend the first half hour rambling about things without actually driving. So, let's see what we've got. Featured multiplayer. Oh, you can pay for upgrades instead of car points. Cool. I really need to get back into the systems and stuff, because, you know, if this game is now at a point where we're going to be playing it more often, and it's kind of where we hoped it would be in 2023, then it's time to get on it and start learning stuff, right? So, in featured multiplayer, you have these different sections. You've got the featured series, which includes the touring cars, the GT3s, P2s this week as well, and the IndyCar series, which of course we're going to be trying now. These races are medium and long in length, so I'll maybe do one or two of these, but I also want to, you know, keep trying different things. We've also got spec events here, which are the Ginetta Junior spec series, the Subaru BRZ spec series, and also the Birth of Grand Prix series at the bottom for old Formula cars. So we're going to just literally play what we feel like playing and have some fun. Yeah, I'm going to try the new IndyCar, Thierry. I'm going to do an IndyCar race. In fact, when is the next one? The next one is Indianapolis. We can start with an Indy race. It's Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm up for that. It's all ovals. So let's start with a wee Indy race, because it's the new car, right? 27 laps of Indianapolis. I'm going to have to rent the car, not buy it. So let's see if it gives us the proper oval configuration. I hope it does. You guys might know already if that's the case. One thing I've noticed, though, with Forza in the past with online races is you can always get a pretty good race. Like, obviously not every race is going to be a good one, but what I mean is it's very easy to find a lobby and actually get some racing. There are lots of options for Forza. There are loads of different series you can do at any given moment, which means you're never waiting more than 5 or 10 minutes if you just want to keep on doing races. Obviously, that means that you're going to be jumping between series and trying different things. But if you're up for that, and I certainly am, then it's great fun, because you can just go race, 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 especially if you're on with some friends, non-stop action, have a laugh. There are driver rankings, there is a safety rating. I think I'm safety rating B, so I should be racing with other pretty clean players, because B I think is the second highest tier, or third. I think it's second. And I'm also, my driver ranking, I think from when I played this, is about 4,700, 4,600, which I think is okay. But I will not be as good as my driver ranking will not be a fair reflection, because I've not played this game in so long. So I'm going to be useless, but that's all part of the fun. Work it out. Right, we'll mute the music.
That you make into an oval by using the full width of the track, so be as smooth as possible when turning.
Right, we're going to get the Honda IndyCar, and we're going to have to rent it. Hey Forza Motors, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let's rent our IndyCar and see if we get the proper air package. Yeah, we do. Okay, so one thing, if you look up where I'm pointing, the rear wing is obviously the oval spec rear wing. Now, as I was saying, when you rent this car in offline racing, even if you're racing on an oval, I cannot find a way to get the oval spec wing on the back, which I thought was really annoying. Like, if I'm going to be driving around an oval offline, obviously I know the whole thing is I should buy the car and do all of that, and that's part of it, but I feel like they should maybe have two different versions of the IndyCar, an oval spec and a road spec, because also the AI being in both makes no sense either. So anyway, let's get out and practice. We shouldn't really have, we can't tune or upgrade the car because it's rental. All we can do is change our tyre compound and fuel load. But let's just get out there, and we've got 4 minutes of practice. Or actually, we can just qualify. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. In terms of streaming, I'm trying to stream lots of different things, and this is the first time I've streamed Forza Motorsport on the channel. The idea being, how is it in 2025? And also me just having fun, getting up to speed again. And just turn off those proximity lines as well. Okay, so first experience then of Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the IndyCar. I'm definitely going to have to turn off those proximity lines, because that is just going to get annoying. But hey, we'll set a couple of qualifying races. Ibrahim's joining, amazing. Good to hear Forza Motors. I am good, thank you. Yeah, I spent a week away, or a week and a half actually, at Le Mans with my dad, which was amazing. Great way to spend Father's Day, and we just thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. So that's why there was no stream last week, but this week we thought let's jump back on Forza, because we're hoping to do a Forza video as well next week, and yeah, just want to get up to speed, see how it feels at the moment. So we've got a full tank of fuel, so I doubt it's going to be quite flat through every corner, but we'll just try and work our way up to it. But yeah, I mean, lap 1 complete, it feels alright. I should have taken fuel out because we're doing qualifying runs, but again, I'm not taking this too seriously. Like, I'm not going to try and win all these races and treat it like an esports competition. We're just going to jump in and have fun. So let's just see. Right, flat out through the first 2 corners. So it can be done, but it's a bit tetchy, which is exactly what it should be at Indy. Saw a comment earlier. Oh dear, that's too wide. I saw a comment earlier about the halo visibility. I don't know if that's a setting you can turn off yet, or it's something they still have to add. .39.5 up to P6. We'll do this lap and then we'll turn off those proximity banners, which are a really cool thing in a racing game, I think. Like, knowing when you're going to go over track limits. Yes, it kind of breaks the immersion if you're trying to take it too seriously and realistically, but for someone who's playing casually, having those markers to know where the track limits are, even just to learn a circuit, are actually really handy. I like it. Alright, we can do a lap flat out, just about, if I get the line absolutely spot on. But we're not going to be at the front of the grid. 47's at the front. Obviously, I can't customize setup or anything like that as well, so.
Nicely done.
There we go.
Currently P8 after
P8. Now, can I change my settings before the race starts? Let's see. Hopefully. This is on PC, Rington Gamer, so I'm playing on PC. Hopefully everything's set to be around about 60 FPS. This PC specs are in the description down below if you want to see. I've got no assists on, as you can see. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, it was the... is it an assist or is it HUD? I think it's an assist, isn't it? Yeah, track limits off. There we go. Just checking my mic's not coming through and annoying everyone in the race, but it's not, so we're good. Ibrahim's in. Excellent. Are we in the same split? I don't know your gamer tag, as it were, so I don't know if we're in the same split. Look at all these driver rankings. And then there's me. Level 27. Oh, I'm going to get annihilated. Annihilated in the name of entertainment. I definitely do not need 128 gigabytes of RAM. That was not a me decision. Don't worry. Context, this PC I use, this used to be a broadcast PC. So I didn't buy this new. I got it like 4 or 5 years old or something. So the specs were what they were, designed for what they do, but I use it for gaming and it's great. I definitely don't need 128 gig of RAM, but I mean, it's there, so it's all good. I don't know if it's as old as I said it was. It probably is getting on there. I don't know how old these... Basically, it was when the graphics cards came out anyway, the 30 series. I'm not an expert when it comes to these sorts of things, though. I like the racing stuff. I'm rubbish when it comes to the techie stuff. Right. How many... So it's 29 laps of fuel. I think the race is like 29 laps. Everyone's on mediums. I'm just going to basically copy what everyone else does. That's generally how I go with Forza, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I just look at what the pole guy does and just do that. So 29 laps of fuel and medium tires. I think that's pretty much what everyone's sticking with. I can't remember how many laps the race was. Was it 27, 28 laps? I think it was around about that. We'll stick with that, though. I mean, we're talking about very small differences. Good luck, Ibrahim. I don't know if we're in the same. I don't know if we're in the same split. I've left my fuel and tire as default because everyone else is. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. If I can come not last, that's what we're going for. But yeah, let's see how IndyCar Racing Online is on Forza Motorsport. We're safety ranking B, so we should be in with people around about the same safety ranking, but obviously it depends how many people are actually playing online. If there are enough people to create lots of different splits, I'm guessing there are, based on the fact that all of the races seem populated quite quickly, but we'll see. Cheers, Ibrahim. Right, let's do it. We'll stick with cockpit cam for this one as well. I'm happy to play around and try different camera angles. Oh, instant collisions. That feels like that was not anyone's fault. Oh. Oh my goodness. I mean, What on earth was that for a start? There's literally nothing I could have done about any of that. Everyone's jumping around, they're spinning. Okay. It's an exciting start. Let's go with the word exciting. The netcode is making it challenging, I think, on a circuit like Indy. Yeah, that's another collision. Wow. How many laps there is? 27 laps, yes, the fuel's absolutely fine. I can see why people were taking out a lap just to be safe, or just to lose them a tiny bit of weight. We're P12 after the most horrendous opening lap. Look at, there's cars jumping around in front of me, there's chaos, there's crashing. Big slipstream. Have to lift out of that. I'm going to try my best to be clean, by the way, but as you can see, it's not always easy in a lobby like this to be fully clean. Oh, there's a spinner. Yeah. Bit of ghosting going on there as well. Into the top 10. I'm also I'm going to be very clear here. I'm not coming into this with any pre-baked opinions, or I don't know what I'm not coming into this knowing what I'm probably going to say about it. Does that make sense? I've heard really good things about Forza Motorsport recently. I really enjoyed the online in the first place, and I didn't enjoy other aspects of the game. So I'm coming in here completely with a clean slate, and I will say what I'm thinking as I'm going, and I will take some time to enjoy a few different races before I make any big conclusions or analysis on it. Bit of weird force feedback happening there. We're not quite in the slipstream, so if we can just keep it tidy and hit my marks here and try not to lift. Look at those bumps. Just show you the IndyCar from the back. The sense of speed is huge on Forza Motorsport. It's got that Horizon style kind of effect with the motion blur, where it does give you that feeling of speed, which is actually, in a game that you're trying to have fun, in a racing game, playing with chase cam, it's important, I think. 1.7 off of 8th place. That's what we're chasing down now. Yeah, the lack of single-player content has been a thing. I mean, I remember when the game first launched, the career mode, I was excited to see what it offered, and I was just a bit disappointed with how quickly it became a bit stale. Like, it was engaging for the first, I don't know, like 2 hours, and then when you quickly realised the linearity of it, it didn't feel like it was going to give me much more. And I know they've added events and stuff since, but you guys will have to tell me in terms of how much, because I've actually still not got to career mode yet. Oh my goodness, that was a big step. I still haven't got back to career mode to see what it's like. I've had a quick skim through it, and it looks like there are obviously some events added, but the structure looks similar. We're still 1.5 off of P8 with that mistake, so I think we could still close this gap if we nail the rest of this one. The bumps are more than I'm used to on other sims, let's say. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to race the road course. I think I'm racing in featured multiplayer for at least the first while in this stream, and I don't think there is an IndyCar road course series at the moment. I can go and do AI racing, but as I say, the AI racing is a bit weird with IndyCar, so I'm not sure, but I'll keep an eye out and see. Right, there's a 39.0, closing the gap. We could still gain positions here. We're on lap 8 out of 27, so there's still plenty of time for people to get things wrong. Chasing down Ollie. We're 10 seconds off the lead, but there's good battles ahead, so if I can just catch this pack. don't do stuff like that. See, I would be dead on most racing games by doing that. In terms of the way the IndyCar's feeling, though, I think the circuit itself feels a little bit funky, feels a bit bumpy compared to... I know it's... I'm not saying it's not bumpy in real life. I've never raced around Indianapolis in real life, but what I mean is the way it affects the car doesn't feel like the way I would expect it to. It feels like a little more you're hanging on for the ride, and yeah, it's a little bit more kind of inconsistent and a bit more... The car's doing a lot more moving around than is easily manageable, but the actual car itself, I mean, the force feedback feels okay when I'm in the corners. I've got a lot of feeling through there. It's just I can't be as precise as I could be on something like iRacing. I could, you know, I definitely bin it very easily on iRacing, but we're not here to compare Forza Motorsport to iRacing. I'm just going to be very clear on that. By saying that, I'm not saying it should be, because it's a very different type of game. It's the sort of game, Forza Motorsport, that needs to be good on a steering wheel and on a gamepad, because most people will be playing on a gamepad. But it's the IndyCar is not feeling too bad at all right now. I don't know if I've got any. I do have orange damage on, or is that tyre wear? Maybe that's tyre wear actually. I think it is tyre wear. I don't think we've got any damage because we had a couple of shunts early on, so I don't think damage is available. I might be wrong. Here we go. Positions are coming, potentially. There's P8. $240 miles an hour, 241. Now I wonder how dirty air feels if I try and stick behind Ollie. Not noticing anything so far. The sense of speed is good though. Slipstream clearly effective. Ollie slowed down a bit mid-corner. Pitting 2 laps. Do we need to pit? Let's see what the other guys do. How do pit stops work in this game? It's been a long time. Ooh. How many times have I slapped the wall as well? We've got a big gap now back to 8th, so we're just eyes forward, P7. If everyone else pits, I'll pit. But I'm guessing the tires look knackered. But we could have gone hards, I guess. Always wide. That's P5. You need to pit for tires. Alright, cool. Thank you for that, guys. I don't actually know if there's a... Wait, was I meant to go in there? No. It's in real life, you go after the last corner. Yeah, everyone's in. Cool. Do I have to brake? Let's just slow down because I don't know how this works. Nope, he's going flat out. No, okay, I probably could have nailed it into the pit lane. Oh well. We'll learn as we go. Let's take mediums. Thanks, guys. Don't need fuel, do I? I can skip fuel. Nice, Ibrahim. Good luck in your fight for P1. I wonder if we started on hards, we would have made it. Yeah, and you guys are already coming in so handy with the strategy calls, so I much appreciate it. Because I would not, I mean, I was looking at the tyre wear thinking that's pretty bad, but I wouldn't have thought we'd have to pit 15 laps into the race, so it's obviously on a amplified multiplier. Let's be careful coming out pit lane here. I think I probably could have nailed it flat out into the pits as well, I wasn't aware. Hey, it's all good. Right. Chase down Ollie once again. So in other races where I need to make a pit stop that's not Indianapolis, because obviously Indianapolis is easy flat into the pits, can you get like if I was just to nail it into the pit lane every time, would I get a penalty? Hey Fine Cost, welcome. Good to see you again. Hope you've had a good week. No, I'm just curious to know whether I need to slow down to a pit lane speed limit or if I just nail it in and the game just does it for me. Because I know like certain games, like Gran Turismo, you can just fire into the pits, right? So Turbo, can I just flat out into the pit lane? Nail it. Nice. That's what I like to hear. It keeps it easy. Brilliant. Oh, I looked at the comments around the corner. I've hit that wall so many times. Perfect. Cheers. Right. Turn 4 is clearly my nemesis, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just losing speed. Let's try and be a bit better, shall we? Not on Bathurst, yeah. Yeah, I think that's obviously any corner where you have to slow down to make it to the pit lane without understeering back out onto the circuit or something, or like Bathurst with its grass and walls, you need to be a bit slow. But obviously Indianapolis is the perfect example where you can just nail it in because it's straight into the pit lane, right? Oh, it does reset the car. All right, okay, that makes sense. That's fair. So it doesn't kill your race, but it just, you lose a bit of time for being a bit too cheeky. I don't mind that at all. Oh, the bumps. Oh, see the bumps there. Wow.
Time penalty is 0.8 seconds.
0.8 of a penalty for taking too much of a cut on the inside. Now, obviously, I'm seeing no signs that this is, I've got any sort of hybrid to use like the real IndyCar series in 2025, but I think this is the 2025 IndyCar, isn't it? But it just doesn't actually simulate the hybrid, unless I'm missing something, but you guys would have picked up on that, I'm sure. I mean, iRacing also updated its IndyCar recently for 2025 spec, but also don't have a hybrid system. I know they're working on it for that and the hypercars and stuff, but it doesn't feel quite that. It doesn't feel like this is obviously trying to be 100% like an IndyCar, but it's, you know, it still represents it. Oh no. Oh, someone's lost it. No, they've held it. Well done. Right, come on, I want to get back to P6. Did any of you guys see my attempt at the Indy 500 on iRacing this year? If you missed it, you're lucky. It wasn't very... it didn't last very long, put it that way. This race has lasted a lot longer than my Indy 500. Took a bit of slipstream. And that's us up to P7. Still chasing down Ollie, 1.4 seconds. Can I close the gap in time? Car behind me is now going to get slipstream as well, so it depends if they can stick with me. Maybe we can work together, or I can gap them. Let's see. I've also got that 8/10 penalty as well at the end. Oh, a bit wide. No, we're fine. I think for this sort of game, I'm needing the right amount of concentration here. Like, I know I've put it in a wall a few times, but I've got away with it. But in terms of actually having to set a good lap time, it's not easy. Like, I have to focus on it and just try and hit my marks and get the turn in at the right point. Even though it feels a bit weird, I'm still having to, I'd say, apply the right amount of, like, it's the right amount of concentration to get the reward. Like, if it's not too easy to just plow around here, but at the same time, it's not trying to kill me in every single moment. So it's quite a nice balance there. 6 laps to go. We've closed in on Ollie. Ollie's also got a penalty, but not as big as mine. I've got the slipstream big time now. 242 miles an hour down the front stretch. Good run. Good run. Ollie raced me cleanly last time. Let's see if it's the same this time. And vice versa. Ooh, it's bold. I'm going to lift. I lifted just to be safe. Fair play. Ollie didn't try and squeeze me there at all, just kept his foot in it and quite rightfully took the position. I was just kind of testing the water there. I want a bigger run going onto that back straight than I had there to really commit to the move properly without risking that I'm going to understeer into him, you know. Oh my... Oh, wow, that's leader through. Whew, that was close. And I lost all the momentum. Ooh. Yeah, the force feedback actually, holy moly, is, as I say, I'm feeling pretty good in the force feedback. Like, I'm getting a lot of the road textures, the weightiness of the car feels about right, to be honest, in this Indy car. I'm going to be intrigued to try some of the other offerings. I know that Forza Motorsport also added the original Toge venue as well as Kaido. I actually don't know it because I never owned an Xbox growing up, so I was never a Forza Motorsport player until it came to PC. So I don't have that kind of history of Forza Motorsport. I was a Gran Turismo guy, but I know that everyone was very, very happy to see that venue come back. Yeah, hard tires. Leader knows what he's doing. And he's lapped me as well, to be fair. But I'm sitting P6 right now. I'll take a P6 if we can get that. 3 laps to go. I should have got Ollie. That was a big mistake, but I'm just glad I didn't crash. If it mattered, and if I was, you know, if every single position mattered for points for a championship or something, I would have committed to that move properly. But I just wanted to have a bit of fun with Ollie and make sure we kept going cleanly, and I want to see how he would react. So I kind of sent the nose in there and then lifted just to make sure I didn't understeer or do anything to upset him, and that was my chance. In hindsight, I should have probably gone for it. Ah, interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Fujimi Kaido, isn't it? I'm really intrigued to try that as well. I think there's some track day servers or something in the meetup as well, so you can do like track day up there, the drifting as well, although I probably won't do that in this stream. But I know that's a very, very popular aspect of Forza Motorsport at the moment as well. There we go. That's the end of the race, I think, because we've been lapped. Or no, I've still got to do my final lap. Okay. Ollie slowed up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Wow. Got away with one. Very similar to the previous time. I've got no rear tyres left. Getting too comfortable in my own skin there. Oof, understeer, oversteer. Right, anyway, P6. And that is IndyCar. One race at least of IndyCar online on the ovals. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think the first lap was a complete disaster and a mess, and I do not know how, like, what anyone could have done differently. It was just, you just get a few drivers ploughing in, there's ghosting, there's smoke everywhere, and the problem is the netcode. As soon as there's cars moving around like that, there's just nothing you can do to have a completely fair, clean entrance into turn 1 and treat it like a real race. I think if you try and do what I do in these situations, which is be a bit tentative and be a bit careful, the problem is the netcode just means that people are going to crash into you and everyone's unpredictable, so it's kind of impossible to ignore. And that first lap was pretty horrendous. After the first lap, though, it was fine and the racing was good fun. I gained 3 spots, finished 6th. Well done, Ibrahim, for P2. And well done, George, for P4. Amazing job. I don't know if we were all in the same split or the same race. I don't quite know how many splits or races there are in each server, but yeah, well done, everyone. The guy who won, by the way, 36.8. Fair play, incredible. Obviously, open setups. Presumably, for whoever owns their car, there are ways you can get to a 36.2, but take nothing away. I mean, I would not be doing anything like that, and way quicker than everyone else as well. 19 spots gained. 2 of those, the Wii Stars, which someone said earlier, Platinum something. I can't remember what it's called. Jay's here. Hey, Jay. I'm very well, thanks. How are you? Oh, nice one, George. Unlucky not to get in the podium. Okay, let's see what else. Let's do something different. We're going to save the replay, though. That was one other thing. Race replays for online races just never worked when I first was playing this game. Yeah, that's fair. I think the races being one and done, though, there are, of course, benefits to that. Like, in a situation like this where I'm just streaming, it's great that I can just jump from one race to another, all different combos. But I totally see what you mean. And they still sometimes never work. All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens, right? So, let's see. We've got Silverstone GT3 10 lapper. I might do a short race next. You've got 21 laps of Brands Hatch in reverse in the wet at sunrise. That's pretty awesome, but that, yeah, that's 20 minutes away. I don't know if that's too long. I want to get through lots of different events. Janetta Juniors, I would maybe do a race of those. You've got the BRZ series, the Birth of Grand Prix at Homestead. What's Touring Cars? Touring Cars are doing 5 laps of Le Mans. And then, yeah, GT3, 10 laps of GT3 at midnight at Silverstone. Oof. Forza P2 would be epic, but we've still got 15 minutes. So is there a short race we can do in the meantime? Daytona Road Course? No, that's too late as well. I think if we're doing the P2 one, we probably have to commit to it, because I can't jump in a quick race before then. Unless I do the GT3s, but then I'm going to miss it. No, I've missed it. I was too indecisive. Someone's asked what my driver ratings are. Yeah, I am... Oh, it's Ibrahim. So I am safety B, so I'm grade 3 on safety. And I have 4,679 skill. And I don't know if that's any good or not. I think 5,000 is the top. And I don't know relatively what's normal, but that's the number. I can show you art, but just to warn you, I've not even got into that yet with this game, unless the settings have saved from when I played this before, and I'm on a different wheelbase than when I played this before. I haven't touched the advanced wheel settings, other than, well, that's actually not true. I've had a quick glance, but it feels alright for me so far, but I'm still I cannot sit here and say, oh, I've tweaked this and it feels great, because I'm literally working out as we go along, but I've got rid of all my dead zones. I've inverted the force feedback, because I had to do that with this Simucube 2 Pro. I have 900 degrees of rotation, and that is matched in my profiler. The other settings down here, I don't think I touched them yet. I wanted to get a feel first, but it might be the same as what it was before for me when I did actually play this game a bit more at the start and change some settings. So you can see them there. You can pause, take a screenshot, give them a go. Let me just get rid of my face so you can do a full shot. But yeah, you guys might be like, "Whoa, this is very default." 4.8k, Abraham, e-license. Yeah. You just need to try and stay out of trouble, which is very difficult. And when you're in those lobbies, I guess it's harder to stay out of trouble, right? Because you've got more drivers that are capable of being more aggressive. It's difficult. Plus 4,900 in S safety is good. Yeah, I can imagine. That's amazing. Oh, really? Interesting turbo. I do not know if that's default or not. I really don't. But if not, then amazing. We must have either followed the same tutorials. I can't even remember if we did our own tutorial at the time. I genuinely, it's been that long. But there you go. Should we do let's do the P2 race at Brands. It sounds awesome. I know it's a bit longer, but we can do some quicker stuff later. In fact, how long have we got? 12 minutes of entry. What we'll do is just see if I can do a meetup track day and do one quick run up, as long as I leave quick enough. If I pick a fast car, I don't know how long a run up is around this track, but I think it's like 10ish minutes, isn't it? But I've never done a lap, so I'll be literally working out as I go along. I might just need to pick a very fast car to do it in time, so we get back for the P2 race. But we're joining a Fujimi track day server. Open events. Yeah, open events. I should have checked them. I didn't go further, did I, than Spec Series? Can we drive something very rapid up this hill? Just to see. Yeah, we're going to do IndyCar. Yeah, let's do IndyCar. We'll rent the Chevrolet. We'll get the proper track wing on it. And then then you've seen that as well. Right. Okay, I do not know this track. I'm putting that out there. This is going to be absolute chaos and carnage. But if you guys don't know it as well, then you'll get to see what it looks like. I got to quickly do this, leave the server, join the P2s at Brands, reverse, which is going to be exciting, in the wet. Right. Okay, so we're coming up to the start-finish line. I'm already on the grass. I'm so sorry to all the road cars that I'm about to ruin the lap of. It's not very, I don't know, it's not very good etiquette to bring an IndyCar to a track day. The gearing is very low. Third gear, all the way up to 150 mile an hour. That's not how you would have it set up for road courses. I'm seeing a prototype. Making me feel a bit better because they're also hitting the walls. Understeer is first and second gear most of the way. I mean, look at that. That's like it's almost like the oval gearing, but with the road. I'm guessing it's the road car aero, is it? Yeah. So you see that big rear wing. Got the Porsche 919 in front. Understeer. No, first gear. So I could really do with buying one and lowering that, but it's feeling okay so far. I'm getting the power down, and because the gearing's quite low, I'm not getting a huge amount of traction loss despite having no driver aids on. I'm coming to a bunch of switchback hairpins. I've got a little mini map you guys can't see, but I'm basically using that to work my way around the circuit. It does give a wee hint that this section of track's called quadruple hairpin. But again, look, slow corners and in first gear even, I'm too low in the box to get any sort of acceleration. Wall hit. Yes, we've got the Porsche. For now. Now I've got no one to guide me though. Too fast, sorry. It would be interesting doing some drifting up here though. I think it's clearly an iconic Forza layout for those who've been playing Forza for a long time. And it's the perfect sort of road for just having a blast with friends. Like I can imagine, 5 of you or 6 of you jumping in road cars of similar performance and just like racing up this hill would be excellent. It could be something like a European hill climb as well. In the UK, we don't get hill climb courses like this. They're a lot narrower. It's usually like a farm track or a very short blast up a hillside rather than like a proper mountainous road, if that makes sense. This is very pretty though. It's a shame it's so cloudy. Ooh. IndyCar force feedback is feeling pretty good, kind of like it did in the oval. There's a lot of weight to the steering. It's not really doing anything too crazy or unpredictable. Like I'm already feeling. I mean, I'm not driving it well, let's be honest, but I can catch little snaps of oversteer when they happen. Being a bit gentle on the throttle. See, there you go again, and the car comes around, but it's okay. Oh, careful. Right, 3.5 minutes in. I'm not having much time to read the comments. Lock up. It is first and second gear central. So again, if you own this car rather than renting it, custom setups should hopefully be able to fix that, and you could do a much better representative run. I can just use those lower gears to my advantage, though. What it is doing is probably keeping me on the straight and narrow a bit better. Bit of contact there that I didn't expect. A few sparks. Change the camera angle. We'll blame that on the camera angle change, not me. Oh no, the race ends in 20 seconds. No, we're not going to get my lap in. I don't get how there's track voting, considering this is a server that's just for this particular track, but hey. It's all going wrong. A lot of racing lines to learn. Yeah, there it is. Oh well, we didn't get our lap in. Does feel a little bit unfair as well, turning up in an IndyCar to a track day. So there's a little preview anyway of what the first half of the lap looks like. And yeah, we got a little shot of the IndyCar in road form, although not around a purpose-built track. I think if you drove that car around a purpose-built track, it wouldn't work. Or sorry, that's not true. It would work, but without setup changes, it wouldn't feel quite right. It would feel a bit too sluggish because you'd be in first gear a lot of the time. And I think the reality is, you're only really using first gear in super slow corners, and some tracks, you're barely touching first ever. So yeah, I'm gonna do the P2 race. I think. Well, this is gonna be the longest race I'll do, so. We'll commit to this one, have some fun. If it's going horribly and it's not fun, we can always leave, right? But I think we do the P2 race, and then after that, we do more of the shorter quickfire races, because I've seen a few people asking for it, and I think I love P2 cars on games, so I think I'll enjoy this. And it's going to, it's a Brands Hatch in reverse is not a track I know Brands Hatch, obviously, like the back of my hand, so doing it in reverse should be really interesting. Nice, Ibrahim. Yeah, I'm going to jump in it now. So, there you go. We've got 4 minutes. Oh, no, it's not in reverse. What am I talking about? I thought it was reverse. That makes it a lot easier. Thanks for the advice. We're going to use the Orica 07. Oh, hey, Tony. That's a really interesting one. I was actually... Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was reverse. I must have seen something else reverse and got confused, because there are reverse layouts in this game. Yeah, interesting, Tony. I was talking to Tom about this today, especially when we were talking about the fact that I was going to be doing this stream. And if Forza Horizon is on PS5, and that's a game from 2021, I believe, late 2021, or is it 2022? Forza Motorsport came out in late 2023. Will they release Forza Motorsport, this version, on console?
The Brands Hatch layout is technical and lightning fast. It's critical for you to swing wide when exiting each turn to maximize your speed.
We'll use the Orica 07 as Ibrahim suggests. Thank you for the hint. There are lots of really cool cars. I love the mixture of cars you get and the diversity in a game like this. You've got some old Daytona prototypes as well, like Riley's, and you've also got some 2010, old school LMP2s as well. But we've also got the modern stuff. So we'll go the 2020 car. That's what Ibrahim suggested. We're going to be renting it, of course, so no setup changes. Hopefully it lets us go on wet tires if we need them. Now, yeah, so Inkta says, I don't see why they shouldn't. There's a couple of things, I think. Let me just get out in qualifying and then we'll talk. Take out a bunch of fuel. Oh, not that much. No. No. 4 laps, that'll do. I'm only going to get 1 lap in anyway. Straight into qualifying. Yeah. So, why would they not release Forza Motorsport on PS5? Now, there's a couple of ways you can look at this. Would they actually rather... Forza Motorsport didn't have the greatest start, let's say. There was a lot of question marks over it. There were a lot of issues that have been ironed out, and obviously that's all part of what we're looking at today. And the consensus is now it's a pretty good game. So I could see them taking the plunge and going for it now that it's in a good state. But if this game was carrying a bad reputation, this is going to be the first chance to make a Forza Motorsport impression on PlayStation 5 users. Now, if they're working on the next Forza Motorsport already, maybe they'd rather wait until that game's made and bring that to PlayStation first, so that they actually, you know, launch with a fresh start. Because if they launch this game, which was kind of, I'd say, pretty relatively negatively received at the start, if they launch this on PlayStation 5 and PS5 users are disappointed compared to the likes of Gran Turismo, it might kill their chances in future, because this will be the first impression, right? And people might not want to buy another one. That being said, if this game is really good now and it's improving, and I mean, so far I've had no weird visual glitches, everything's been pretty smooth, the cars feel pretty good. If that's true, then yeah, why not take the plunge? Because if the game's popular and people like it, then PlayStation users are going to like it as well. So I do think it's not that simple, though. Or at least, I mean, I've not spoken to anyone working on these games, but I can imagine that that's not the easiest decision to make, whether to launch a game. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 was a platform that had been built on over many, many years. It was very stable. It was very, very popular and loved in general. The only criticism the biggest criticism I'd say people have over Forza Horizon 5 is it didn't change enough from other Forza Horizon games, and maybe the landscape wasn't as, you know, what they wanted. But actually, if you've never played a Forza Horizon game before, Forza Horizon 5 is spectacular. So, from a commercial sense, that makes complete sense. I'm second on the grid. Whereas, yeah, with Forza Motorsport, there's a lot more competition in terms of, I'd say, those style of games, and the reputation for Forza Motorsport wasn't as strong as the reputation for Horizon. Therefore, yeah, do they consolidate and wait until they've got a new game out, or do they throw this one out in a better state than it was at the start? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, first impressions. I've done a lap and a half in this P2 car. I really like it. It feels great. Again, solid force feedback in the wet. It's feeling pretty responsive. I feel like I've got a lack of grip and I'm scared to lock up, but equally it's not impossible, and I can kind of feel the downforce as well. I can get the power on nicely. Great suggestion with the car, Ibrahim. It feels lovely. No weird oh, okay, his car is ghosting. I wonder if that's a qualifying thing. Is it normal for cars to ghost in qualifying? It would make sense. We're 2 seconds off pole, so there's definitely improvements that can be made. I'm going to get one more lap in, though, which is perfect.
One lap.
Oh, they've done me again into turn one. I haven't got my Forza Motorsport driving technique sorted yet, so I don't know how to get the most out of the cars. I'm just trying to apply logic. I'm trying to drive in a way that I would on some of the more hardcore sims and just see what happens and seeing how the car reacts. And that's how I'm trying to get lap time at the moment. But obviously there will be, of course, methods to Forza Motorsport driving, ways to go faster that I don't know about yet. When to get the power on, what sort of, you know, tricks on the braking zones, and, you know, what assist combo is the best, if any. I mean, I've got everything off, but it's feeling pretty good. How the downforce works and can be used, I mean, that felt pretty good through there. You can actually trust it quite a lot, even in the wet. It's been a nice lap. Try and get back up. I think we're going to get to P3. I'm 1.7 up on the split. We're not going to get pole, but we're going to get maybe towards the front row, maybe third, which is perfect for a good race. Come on.
30 seconds to race start.
Across the line, P2, 26.2. Hey, that's good. We're in the mix. Hopefully we have a good race. I'm seeing Geodude here, so I believe that is George in the chat. If you're racing in this one, you might have time to respond, but good luck if that's you in this race as well. Anyone else joining this race? Let me know in the comments. I didn't read the chat at all during that because I was so focused. Yeah, Gran Turismo on PC is a pipe dream. I think the difference there, Of course, the reason Forza, we all know Forza's on PC because it's Microsoft. I think it was a very difficult thing for them to take that game to PlayStation, because essentially you're taking one of your biggest Microsoft brands and putting it on a Sony console. But the reason for that, I believe, is because you have to, like, basically because the Xbox wasn't selling as well as PlayStation. Hang on, right? I'm not used to being right near the front. I've skipped my own name here. We need to put fuel in the car. 21 lap race, so let's just fill her up to estimated 22 laps. We're starting on wets. Oh, okay. Pole position's on 11 laps, so maybe going to go 2 stints of 11. Should I go 2 stints of 11 laps of fuel? Or should I go one? I'll just fill it up. I've got the radar on, Craig. I'd looked for the rear view mirror, but I couldn't find it. I don't know how to do that. If anyone knows how to activate the rear view mirror, that would be great. I might have to do it after the race, though. I mean, the race is just about to start. Ford Motorsport, could they race GT LMPH? Do you mean as in at Le Mans? I believe Ford are joining Hypercar, right? Ah, okay. On Hood it's standard. Yeah, fair. Okay, thanks for all this, guys. So, drivetrain, I'm on public servers. I'm doing feature multiplayer right now. Good to know turbo as well. Ghosting is normal. I think that makes a load of sense. There we go. Anyway, we're on the front row. Yeah, I don't think there's any rear view mirror, unfortunately. So I've got the radar on. I did look for a rear view mirror setting when I was getting this set up, by the way. Couldn't find any. But you can see the radar on the middle of the screen, so that's going to be what we're going to use. Okay, let's get settled into this race. Oh, understeer. Oh, spin for P2. I got hit up the rear because I was maybe a bit tentative on the way in. But again, that could be like a Forza thing. Like maybe I'm losing too much time on the way in and I should be more aggressive, but I'm just trying to work out as I go here. So I'd rather play it, a bit safer on the way in than risk throwing it in and hoping that the physics work for me, if that makes any sort of sense. So P2 at the moment. I think the leader might have gone half a tank of fuel, so they might need to take fuel at the pit stop. Absolutely no grip in the grass. Oh, he's sending it. Again, same thing, right? I was a bit safe. Oh, he's going for it. He's got so much more straight line. I wonder if that's a thing. Maybe these older cars have more straight line and I've got more downforce. So let's just let's remember that the cars are different. Let's say, just to be safe. That was a lockup. Come on. Lifting out of that one. Oh, I can't go anywhere with that run. P4 right behind me as well, so there's 3 of us in a scrap here for P2. This is good. When I get a chance to, on a straight and I've got a bit of breathing room, I will have a look over. Is it 30 FPS for you? That's a shame. It should be 60 FPS for you. It's looking like 60 for me at the moment. It's looking really smooth, and the stream should be 60 as well. So I don't know why that's happening. Maybe check YouTube settings as well, just to make sure. Oh, it's not stuck at 30 on your end. Oh, that's a dive. But fair enough. I left the room. Again, I'm being a bit cautious. If I've seen someone dive down the inside, I'm just not turning straight into them. I'm just kind of leaving the room because we've got a long race. We're having fun. I'm trying to work out Forza, so if I make mistakes and lose positions, I just fight for them back. So it's absolutely fine. I don't mind it. Let's have some good battles, and if we leave a bit of space and a bit of respect, hopefully it'll go the other way as well. This is now a 4-way scrap for P2, essentially. Ooh, sideways again. Is that not the car that spun earlier, rotary engine 904? I don't know if it is. All the way around the outside. This is good. Oh. Look at that. I think that car's got more straight line than me. I'll hang on there. I can't turn it anymore. It's wet. Oh, they've gone off. I mean, I've got a warning there for a collision, but I was trying my best to keep it to the inside. Just in the wet, very difficult not to understeer. Hopefully they can catch us again, though. That was a shame that they went off. Yeah, so just a reminder, I'm safety ranking B, so the way that these races are split, I don't know how many people are racing online in this series right now, so I don't know how many splits there are, but I should be racing with other people who are around about level B. So it should be, I mean, that's the 3rd highest tier, so it shouldn't be like the safest drivers in the game, but I mean, I know it's not always that simple either, but it's other people that have at least got a safety ranking B, so you have to keep it clean in order to get to B in the first place. But so far, I mean, this has been great. Yes, there's been a few dives here and there, and side by side I had a bit of contact, and obviously I had my side to side, but it's been good fun. This is exactly what you want from like a fun kind of just a kind of accessible racing game, right? This is exactly the kind of racing you want. But it's also feeling good. Like the force feedback's feeling really nice in these cars. The physics are feeling pretty solid in this combo, I would say, in the wet. I can still experience the downforce through the faster corners, which is really nice. I can still get that impression that downforce is working as it should. And I'm getting the kind of slip of the lack of traction in the wet, but it's not too crazy. It's kind of, it's quite consistent, which again isn't necessarily 100% realistic, but the whole track's wet, so all the rubber's been washed away. It probably isn't that unrealistic. And it looks good as well, that's the main thing. Forza's one of the strong points of Forza Motorsport is always how it looks, and this looks really good, in my opinion. Oh, this is a great battle. I mean, I've got a perfect seat for these two. They're racing super clean as well. There's a guy 8/10s behind me, and then there's 3 other cars, so there's like 5 of us here in a scrap that are all similarly enough in pace for this to be an epic race. A couple of mistakes here and there, we're going to drop back. Oh, there you go. That was unfortunate because it was going so well. It was going so well. Just getting a little bit too aggressive on the defense maybe, or maybe the car doing the overtake. I would need to see it again to give a fair judgment, but clearly the two of them came together, heading up the hill, trying to squeeze each other a little bit. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's always going to be an occasional bad egg. I think that's inevitable. And obviously people, I mean, every race, everyone's going to make a mistake, right? In this kind of racing, like, everyone is going to make a mistake and take someone out by accident, or it's the people that just on purpose, like, drive flat out into you that's the problem. So I never mind it when, you know, you're close racing and someone misjudges. Oh, I mean, we both just misjudged. Case in point. That could, if there was someone on my outside there, they would have had it, you know? But yeah, it's the people that clearly deliberately just get things wrong that's the nightmare. I love how I just followed P2 off there, both of us. Anyway. Oh, cheers, Turbo. Lovely of you to join, and hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Enjoy Forza Motorsport, and yeah, I really appreciate you joining the stream. Get a good sleep. Being very careful under brakes not to lock up as well, because I think locking up in this is going to cause issues. Just seeing what views you have a mirror. So yeah, there you go. There's the kind of nose cam. And you can see I've got a bit of a mirror. It's a lot louder. You always have to drive a little bit differently from it's weird. Changing camera angle does a huge amount to how it feels when you're driving. I think you can drive, I always find I can drive a bit faster on nose cam because I know exactly where the car is, but it's an adjustment. But it just changes how you perceive things, and it changes the lines you take into the corners when you put the throttle on. It's bizarre. Because nothing changes other than the perspective that you're viewing it from. Weird that there's no kind of virtual mirror here though, because I've got absolutely no mirror at all, other than the button to look behind me. So what do you guys think? Will Forza Motorsport, I should say, will it come to PS5, or do you think it's going to be the next Forza Motorsport that comes to PS5? Do you think it's going to be this one or the next one? Let me know in the comments. Or would you like to see it? I mean, I know that if you guys are playing this game, it means that you either have it on Xbox or PC, so you probably won't care whether it's on PS5 or not. But I'm curious. Some of you watching might have a PlayStation 5 and just be watching because you don't know much about the game. That's fourth again. All over the back of Oster. Visibility in the rain's obviously a bit tough, so you got to be careful. Nope, that's grass. Ah, so close. Once you touch the grass in this, you have had it when it's wet. That's entirely my mistake. And I'm ghosting, so I can go back on the racing line, basically. Oh, what a shame. I had good pace, but I'm not quite fast enough. If I drop back 5 seconds, I don't know if I can catch them. We were all too close. I may have just ruined the race in terms of entertainment, I'm afraid, but we will see what happens. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Vinicius. The game is already made, so it's like a case of, well, the hard work's done, the expensive bit's over. If we just get it on PlayStation, they're probably going to rake in the money, right? Let's be honest. There'll be a lot of PlayStation. I mean, the PlayStation racing game market is not as saturated as PC, especially when it comes to motorsport-focused, intense racing games rather than the kind of arcade stuff or just open-world stuff in general. I mean, to be honest, it's starved everywhere, but especially when it comes to circuit racing games, PS5 don't have it as good as the likes of PC. So, yeah, if Microsoft are willing to swallow the pride a bit like they did with Horizon, I can't see why they wouldn't make lots of money. And I think that because if it released on PlayStation 5 in the state it released on PC and Xbox, there would be a lot of I think there would be a quite negative narrative, in my opinion, around it, especially for people that are maybe trying it after Gran Turismo. I know it's a different kind of game to Gran Turismo, but the two are understandably compared all the time, even though they are different fundamentally. Whereas, you know, what I'm experiencing so far, it seems like it's a lot more polished, and this is from a very, very small sample size of just a few online races and a couple of drives here and there. But it does seem, I mean, performance-wise, it seems more polished. Visually, it's looking good. I've not had any glitches, issues getting into servers, so maybe aside from the career mode issues and things like that, it's, yeah, it's in a better state now if it were to launch on PS5 like this, I think, than it would have been. Interesting, Craig. Let me try and improve my driving here. So I've got 27.9 on the cards. I don't think tyre wear is bad in the wet. It's existent, but it's not bad. So fuel's coming down. Let's see if I can actually get into the low 27s or something. Just try and work out some of the physics challenges here and how to go fast. I think being on the throttle as early as possible is good. Catching Logi's the next target, so that's going to be my goal at the moment, is just to catch that 3-second gap to the car in front. 2.5 seconds, or 2.6 seconds, sorry. Trust the downforce through here. On the throttle nice and early. Don't think the track's getting any drier. Just watch the curbs. I'm going to stay a bit further away from the grass and to Dingle Dell as well, just to be extra safe. Nice, gap's coming down. Hey Andrea, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a nice day, hope you're having a nice week. This is our longest race of the stream, so we're on lap 9 out of 21. This is our only, like, let's say endurance race. It's not exactly endurance, but relatively. We're going to do some shorter, snappier races after this. But I'm thoroughly enjoying the combo. I'm really enjoying the racing. It's been exciting. It's been pretty clean, I would say. Everyone's closely matched. So yeah, positive. Oh dear. Overwhelmingly positive in this particular example. Lodges off. That's a shame for the battle. But we're up to P4. Last lap was a 27.3, so I did find like half a second, which is what I was looking for. This lap's not going to be nearly as good. It is it? Yeah, it's very grey, and I think it's sunrise. So I think this is like a 6 AM Brands Hatch in the wet, which is, I mean, that's one thing that Forza does really interestingly compared to some of the more like hardcore PC only sims. You get these kind of ridiculous combos where you're racing in the rain at sunrise, and it's all, you know, it's very visually appealing, and it's a bit different, and I do like that. It makes it harder to, you know, really focus on the driving sometimes, but it just makes it stand out, which is cool. Don't think we need to pit in this race. Oh, I'm up to P3. Okay, someone else has gone in to the pits, I think, or gone off and I didn't notice. Ten-second gap to P2, and we're not even going to look at P1. They're in a different postcode. But I think they're on half a tank, so that's interesting. Maybe I have to make a pit stop when everyone else doesn't. Let's just wait and see. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't really know. Oh, also cheers, Colonel Mustard. You're not the Colonel Mustard and the Dijon 5, are you? There's plenty of different Colonel Mustards out there, but welcome to the stream, regardless of which Colonel Mustard you are. Yeah, thank you. I'm having fun so far. Nice to do something a bit different, and you know, we obviously, as you guys know, if you follow us regularly or if you follow our website, we try and cover as much as we can. I cannot make a video every week on every single different game. It's just not possible. So sometimes when games are, you know, in development, or they're not quite, you know, they're not giving you that enjoyment or that satisfaction, you kind of have to park them for a bit and hope they get better. And there's just, because there's too many good racing games out there to play everything all the time. It just doesn't work. Forza Motorsport is one of those where we felt it deserved, based on all the feedback we were hearing and all the updates that they're relentlessly throwing out, we all felt like Forza Motorsport needed some attention again, and just a re-evaluation, basically, like, where is this game at in 2025? So that is the premise of the stream here. That is the leader, 1.8 ahead, so he did pit, and he's come out still in the lead, so that strategy working very well. Probably has new tyres. I think I might have to pit for new tyres anyway, looking at this. Yeah, I've got orange tyre wear, so I think I'm going to have to pit for tyres. I'm on my PB lap, though. I kind of want to get this lap out of the way before I do. I definitely could go faster, though. There's more speed coming now. Just need to learn the physics. No! John! Ruined it. Right, next lap we'll pit. I'm assuming we're going to need tyres. We're like down to orange. Everyone else seems to be pitting, so I'm taking it we're going to need them. We don't, because we went off track as well, we don't get the lap. Oh, that's disappointing. Bottled it as always. I did actually, yeah. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. P1N. I much appreciate it because it would be cool to turn on a virtual mirror for the cockpit view, just because obviously I'm not running a triple screen or anything. Right, guys, should I pit? Let me know. I think I should be in this lap to get new tires, but you guys are way more Forza experts than I am. Oh, cheers, Craig. Oh, much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of streaming here, and we'll hopefully see you back again in future. But have a great day at work and have a good weekend as well. Right, moderate tire wear. I'm in 5 seconds up in the fastest lap, but we can get that again in the next stint because the fuel's coming down, so we'll have new tires. Yeah. Good shout. Right. In the pits we go. That's what I was thinking. Nail it in. Ideal. Don't need any fuel. So we could have started with less fuel, let's be honest. But I kind of thought that might be the case. Nice, Craig. Yeah, we're going to be doing more quickfire races after this one. Oh, you're Forza Colonel Mustard. Vinicius says, I've got 130 engineers. Honestly, one of the best things about playing racing games when streaming is that you guys are the best thing about it, because not only obviously are you giving me lots of good advice in chat and obviously helping me enjoy it, but it's also just all the advice. Like, no matter what game I'm playing, you guys give great advice. We're ahead of Ouster again by half a second, so battle resumes. Let's see what we can do on fresh tires, see if we can beat our fastest lap. I'm definitely, as you can see by the lap times, I'm slowly getting a bit of a feel for this, but I'm still not there. I think we're good. Braking a bit early there. He's probably going to think I'm brake checking him, but it's just because I don't quite know where to brake. I bet you there are so many occasions in sim racing where people think I brake check them, and it's actually because I'm just not quite up to speed, and I brake a bit early for a corner, and I always focus on the exits. Like, when I learn a track, I'm always too slow in entry, and then focusing on a good exit rather than the other way around, and it definitely can catch some people out sometimes, and it makes me look pretty bad. You'll need to remind me of the mirror stuff when I finish this race, and I'll definitely have a look at it. But much appreciate the work on that. I'll try and read those instructions when I'm on a straight again. Mirror shown in all views. I need to look higher up the chat, I think, for the other part of that instruction. Oh, these new tires are lovely. Lovely. Graphic settings under car detail. All right, brilliant. Thank you so much for the advice. I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. Only a couple of races in. The IndyCar race was ridiculous at the start, and then it was fun, even though it was a bit wild throughout the rest of it. But it was fine, let's say. Really enjoying this race. Enjoying the P2, enjoying the wet at Brands, enjoying the racing. I think it's been really clean. It's been exciting. I've made mistakes. Speaking of making mistakes, there we go again. I've ruined my fastest lap once again. Oh. Damn it. I'm an absolute bottle job. I really want to get a fastest lap, and I just keep throwing it away. Oh. Oh! Okay, that wasn't me. I think we both lost the car there at the same moment. I think I went on the grass following him, and he touched the grass and accelerated or something, and there was no contact unless there was netcode. Got no collision on my end either, but that was unfortunate. Anyway. I've clearly got 2 seconds of lap time in the car. Never going to catch P3, so I need to try and just stay ahead of P4. Yeah, awesome. Cheers. Cheers, thank you. I think it's... I'll remember anyway, because graphics... It's in the graphics settings, so I'll find it there, no bother. I wonder if the track's getting grippier. I know I've got lighter fuel load and new tyres, but I feel more grip at the moment. I don't know, it's still raining, but is the track condition getting better? Because look at my lap times. It's possibly just the lighter fuel load and the new tyres. Ugh. I'm just running it so close to the white lines, which in the rain is never sensible. Oh, you think GT7 on PC or Xbox? I don't... sorry, I keep on kind of getting halfway through points and then getting distracted by the racing. It's... what am I trying to say? Forza going on to PlayStation is very different to Gran Turismo coming on to Xbox and PC, because obviously PC and Xbox is both Microsoft, but the Xbox hasn't sold well. So therefore the Xbox games are very expensive to produce, and they're selling many consoles, not selling many games, so they can bring in a lot of money by putting their game on PlayStation all of a sudden and selling to a big market of PS5 players who, you know, have never actually experienced a Forza game, for instance. It's different the other way around. I think a lot of players on PC would buy Gran Turismo. Xbox obviously I think would be the same, but there's not as many players on Xbox these days. Would Polyphony Digital... But because Polyphony Digital obviously is Sony, and they don't have the issue with the number of people that are playing PlayStations, the problem is that, you know, some people will buy a PlayStation for Gran Turismo, and I know that's a fact because I did that. I bought my PS5 not because I wanted to play all these amazing games on PS5. I bought my PS5 because it was the only way of me playing Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo 4 was my favourite ever game, and there's no world in which, if I can afford to, I'm not able to play a Gran Turismo game when it releases. I think Gran Turismo Sport was heavily disappointing for me personally, but as soon as I was obviously doing this job as Traction and playing racing games, there's no way I wasn't going to get Gran Turismo 7 on a PS5. So if Polyphony go and release Gran Turismo onto PC, the problem is then, I mean, for instance, I wouldn't have gone out and bought a PS5 when I did. Would I have ever bought a PS5? I don't know. Probably for my work, but you get the point I'm trying to make anyway. It's something that helps bring people to the console, whereas Forza, clearly that wasn't working. Forza was not bringing people to Xbox because Xbox isn't selling as well. That's just my wild, like, theories anyway. I'm not speaking as as a representative or having interviewed all of these people about these things, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, it does look a bit less puddly. I think it's more grippy than it was. I think I can definitely feel the new tyres when I pitted and the lack of fuel, but I just feel like overall the grip level's gone up by like maybe 5%, because I can push harder into these corners, take a higher gear. So now it's just how fast a lap can we set and how close can we get to the fastest lap of the race, which is probably going to be the winner. 48 seconds up the road. Fair play. Fair play, Withy Fawn. Should I jump back on career mode in this game, guys? Should I give it a go? Because it was pretty uninspiring when I last did it. Has it changed much? Are you guys enjoying the career mode, or does it just get very linear and a bit dull very quickly? Is featured multiplayer still where it's at for this game? That's what I want to know. And by the way, if you are a Forza fan or player and you've joined the stream because we're playing Forza, first of all, welcome. But also, one of the reasons I'm playing this is because I do want to do a video next week revisiting Forza. Basically, I'm playing this, I'm learning what it's like online. I'm also going to replay other aspects of the game, form some thoughts about it as if it was a new game today. For example, say it was coming to PS5, should you buy it as a PlayStation player? So if you subscribe to the channel, you won't miss that video when it comes out next week, where I'm kind of giving my interpretation as someone who's kind of returned to it after a while away with a fresh perspective, as opposed to like someone who's you guys maybe who play it all the time and are big fans. So yeah, if you want to see more Forza content, essentially what I'm trying to say is, if you give us a subscribe, or if you don't want to subscribe, absolutely fine. Check our channel out next week, and we should have another Forza video coming, hopefully on Thursday. But let's see how things go. Right, we're into the 24s. This lap's been good again. Yeah, career mode's still boring. That's a shame. Nice fine cost, yeah. F125, and they made good improvements to my team and good changes, which is nice. Track's definitely gripping up. I mean, look at the lap time differences now where they cannot be put down to tyres and fuel. You can feel the grips higher. Yeah, Champions Cup, that is something I want to try. Champions Cup is new. I noticed that. I don't know how new, but I saw it in the kind of what's new section. And obviously we're following vaguely what's going on, or the guys working on the website are following very closely what's been happening. Whereas me on the old YouTube channel have not been paying quite as much attention. But I know I did see the Champions Cup and I thought that was cool to see that you can just jump in that and basically drive some race cars at any point during the career, which you couldn't really do before. Yeah, I think it was, yeah. I didn't know how recently, but it's good to know. It's going to be another faster lap. We're 2 tenths up again. We've got one more lap to go. We're going to get our first podium of the stream in race 2. It's probably going to be the best result of the day, let's be honest. Plenty more racing to come though, guys. Really committing to going for a fastest lap here. So I could make a mistake. I'm going to risk a few more things. Like that did not help at all. That's the lap gone pretty much. Nice visuals on the car as well. Look how dirty it's all getting. Final few corners. We've got our 123.7 as our fastest. So we'll see how that looks in the grand scheme of things. Great, exciting race. Really, really enjoyed those first 6 or 7 laps. I made a mistake, other people started making their own mistakes, and we all spread out a bit, but come back through to 3rd, which is probably, I feel like that's what I deserve in this race, based on how everything's gone. Kept it clean as well, only a couple tiny bits of contact here and there. Happy days. Good stuff from Forza in that particular race. Yeah, F1 career is so good. F1 career is so good. Like, and I think F1 career gets overlooked these days because it's been around for quite a while. Like, my team when it came in was pretty revolutionary, or maybe not revolutionary, but it was such a well-curated career mode on a game that already had a good career mode, and they've just kept on, you know, either not changing it or building on it slowly. And this year they had their first big update, but it's I think people sleep on it because it's getting a bit stale now in general. But actually, I think if any other good racing game had a career mode as in-depth or as dynamic as like F1's My Team mode or anything like that, I think that they would be hugely lauded and appreciated, basically. But F1's got its own other issues going on, which I think dampens that a little bit. Winner had fastest lap, 1 point something up the road, but we got P3. And we had the 3rd fastest lap, so I think let's say that's a totally fair result. And now the world is our oyster. So let's see what events we've got. Hopefully some quick fire stuff. Completed 5 clean laps in the rain, so get some credits for that. That's great. Thank you. I need to get the mirror sorted. Appreciated. I'm glad you reminded me because you knew I was going to forget. Ibrahim's off to play F1. Sorry I missed that, Ibrahim. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much for joining as always. And go and enjoy F1. Have fun. Let's go and look into our settings. So, is it the graphic settings? Now, just so you know my settings here, I've not messed around with these settings. I have done a benchmark test. I got a consistent 60, and that's all I needed. So I've just left them, and they're pretty high, as you can see. Mirror shown in all views. There we go. What difference is that going to make to the estimated VRAM usage? Alright, there we go. It's on. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Oppo, I will do that. So I wanted to run the kind of cockpit one just so you guys could see more accurately what my steering inputs were. But I totally get what you mean. If I'm driving on my own and I'm not capturing stuff, I run with the dashboard cam in other games. So I'm happy to do the next races in dashboard cam just for fun. So appreciate that. Appreciate the advice. And you have the proxy radar you can set front and center. Oh, nice. Okay. I did actually. Sorry, I'm going back again to settings. I did actually change the radar settings slightly to add a bit of a background to it, just to make it a little bit more clear. And I think it's in. Is it in graphic settings as well? I didn't think it was. I thought it was somewhere else. It's not in there. Is it gameplay? It's gameplay and HUD, isn't it? So you've got the proximity radar. Oh yeah, so you can go center bottom. And then we can give it a dark or light background. Light's fine. Alright, amazing. Thank you for the advice, guys. Hugely appreciated. Hugely appreciated. Right, what else we got? I am gonna run a poll because I asked you a question earlier and I couldn't really read the responses because I was driving. So, do you think we will see? You'll see this question in a second. This Forza Motorsport on PS5. Yes, I do. Or no, but maybe the next one. Or no, never. Alright. I don't know why I read that out for you guys as I'm writing it. The poll has begun. Okay. Also, welcome to the stream, Oppo. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a good day, and hope you've got some exciting things planned for the weekend. Okay, we've done a couple of medium and long races. We've done the IndyCar race. We've done the fantastic P2 race. Let's do some like shorter races. I want to do Ginetta Juniors. I mean, that's Fujimi Kaido. Oh, okay, 16 minutes though till that one begins. Let's do that. I don't know the track. It's reverse as well, so that'll be great fun. Let's do this one. Lime Rock, 10 laps of Lime Rock in a BRZ. That's going to take too long, is it? Oh, will we get there in time? I don't think it's going to be done in time. Oh, that's tricky. What else we got? I don't think you're going to find anything shorter than 10 minutes. And, oh, that would be so fun. Ginetta Junior at Fujimi Kaido would be so fun. I really want to do it. Alright, it's in... race starts at 3:52. I've got 15 minutes to enter. Let's join this one, and if I don't finish it, if I can't finish it, I won't finish it. So, what's 15 minutes from now? 3:48. So guys, let's do this race, but when it gets to 3:45, which is probably going to be halfway through the race, I might just quit. What do you think? I've got some skill points up. So I've actually increased my safety ranking to A as well. 4,741 safety A. Or to just join this and do a qualifying lap. Maybe we do that. Yeah, I don't really want to leave a race halfway through. It's not the best, but I don't want to miss this. Let's do it. And then we can maybe get a qualifying lap in. Oh, Ginetta Juniors around Fujimi Kaido is just... This sounds epic. Yeah, I totally agree, Last Ninja Kai. And again, do not take that as I'm pretending to be an expert, because I'm literally working this out as I go along. But my experience so far has been super clean, and it's been better than it was on all of the aspects I'm trying right now. And as I say, featured multiplayer was the best before. It was the good thing about this game. But that, plus the performance, plus the look of it, plus the way the online races are rolling in, I've only got good things to say. Right, give me my Ginetta Junior. It's 45 grand, I'll just buy it. Let's do this. So again, this is going to be a blind lap where I don't know the circuit whatsoever in the right direction or the wrong direction. So maybe this will give me an advantage, because maybe less people will do the reverse version. Might be wrong. But let's just let's set a qualifying lap. I'm going to start with the regular cockpit, so you can see that's the pit lane entry, John. Let's hope that doesn't invalidate my next lap. I don't think there's many points in the circuit you can get an off track, and that's probably one of them. Right, so we've got a long sweeping left-hander for turn 1. The Ginetta Junior's obviously got no power. I almost raced in this series in real life, but it was too expensive. But we looked at joining the British Ginetta Junior Championship. Couldn't justify it in any way, but it would have been. I was watching it very closely as a kid. I was very jealous of all the other kids getting to race in this, as I'm sure many people across the world are. Many young people, and maybe you're watching this stream and you're young and you want to get into racing. There's just no power in this though. Look, I'm flat out in third gear and I'm doing 62. And if I go second, I'm maxing out as well. Is that off track? No. It's going to be all about momentum. That's me flat out. Oh, this is going to be fun. Not the best for hot lapping, let's be honest. But for a race, it's going to be chaotic in a good way, hopefully. See if I can actually get round in 15 minutes. Yeah, I think we did engine swap. Give us the GT4 Ginetta Supercar or the Super Cup car, please. I'm flat out round any corner that's not really tight. I'm flat out, but I tell you what, the slipstream is going to be crucial. No, this is this car powered by coal? I believe not. Do you know, these are just brilliant little race cars for juniors, like 14 to 16-year-olds to jump in, and we've had many great racing drivers race these Ginettas in the UK, like Lando Norris, Jamie Chadwick, and her brother Ollie Chadwick. I could go through a list, but there's so many great British and drivers from other countries as well that have come over and raced Ginetta Juniors. Sophia Flörsch was also racing Ginetta Juniors back in the days. Luke Browning, I remember when I knew him as a kid, and then he jumped into Ginetta Juniors and was near the back. This is the thing, Luke Browning, right, who's like winning, he's right up there in championship contention in F2, has won plenty of championships throughout his junior career, has won the Macau Grand Prix, and when he first jumped in Ginetta Juniors, and he was already a brilliant driver when he jumped in, he was towards the back for a good few weekends in that championship. And I remember it because I was supporting him. And, you know, that shows you, a guy with that much talent was at the back. It shows you just how good Ginetta Juniors racing actually was/is. I don't know what the current state is, because obviously the Ginetta Championships parted ways with the Toka package, so I've not really been following what's been going on, what championships are available, and the new Toka Junior Championship that was gonna happen, it seems to have gone a bit quiet, unfortunately, so I don't really know what the deal is. But yeah, these cars aren't super powerful. when you're pounding around Alton Park or Donington or Croft or Knockhill in them, the racing is mega, and they don't seem this slow. It's also because this track is heavily uphill in reverse at the moment, I think, and that's making a big difference because I think they've got about 100 horsepower. But the slick tyres don't weigh anything. But I am just wanting the race now, that's the thing. So yeah, ask me questions. I've got plenty of time to read them. P1N, or Pin, I might just call you Pin from now on. How do you like LMU? I've been eyeing it for a while. LMU is very good, or has been very good at the moment if you're into online sim racing and you want to try something pretty hardcore and realistic physics. I think it's got amongst the best force feedback and racing physics out there. It's definitely got some of the best online racing. The netcode and stuff is superb. Not perfect, but superb. And if you're big into your sim racing, highly recommend giving LMU a shout. My current caveat is, aside from the fact that it's obviously not fully released yet, and there's no sort of immersive single-player experience as of yet, single-player career is coming early next year. If you don't mind that and you're just happy to do the online ranked racing, great. My caveat is, there was an update at Le Mans. There was a big update during the start of Le Mans week, and it changed the tyre model for the GT3s and made some other tweaks, and there were quite a few issues after that update. Now, I was at Le Mans, so I wasn't able to try it, and I still haven't been able to because I only just got back a day or two ago, and I've not been able to play LMU yet, so I've still not tried it since the update, but there's a lot of people struggling with sliding, they're struggling with the car being very, very loose and just basically letting go very easily, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yes, you need to jump on LMU right now, it's incredible, when there are lots of people that are a bit unhappy with it right now. However, there are lots of hotfixes, there's a few bugs that have been quashed already, and judging it from what I know it is and what I know it can be from before that update anyway, well worth it. And I'm sure if the tyre model's less than perfect right now, they will be working to make it better, if that makes sense. And the full game will be released, I think it's July the 22nd, and there won't be any new features with the new release, or proper big features, but there will be some more content, including the Valkyrie for free, and there will be kind of changes and tweaks to the rest of the game. We had a good chat with the CEO, Stephen Hood, just before Le Mans about that, so if you want to watch that, we've got a video on our channel. It's about 26 minutes long. Me and Tom discussed the news, and also had a great chat with Stephen Hood for the second half of that video, so if you want to hear more about LMU, go and check that out. But the short answer, yes, I highly recommend it. I think you're spot on, Craig, from a quick glimpse at what you've said there. Forza Motorsport is about accessible gaming and good, yeah. Oh, I'm getting this all wrong. Doesn't really matter anyway. Yeah, good series, easy to navigate, looks good, very easy to jump into online racing, can play with a gamepad, can play on a wheel. This is 100% what a game like Forza Motorsport should be about. It's a gateway drug, right? Like, you can have an amazing time with sim racing and racing games only ever playing Forza, whether that be Horizon or Motorsport. They've both got, big positives. However, if you absolutely love it and you want to get into hardcore sim racing, there are other things you can then move on to, which will give you more realistic physics and, maybe less, less enhanced visuals or less fancy stuff and less options with cars, but more refined physics, more refined force feedback, better online racing. There are all of these things out there if you so choose. But there's a load of people that would never discover those sorts of games if they never played something like Forza Motorsport. And there's a reason why games like Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon and Gran Turismo are so popular. We might get to the end of the lap here. In fact, I'm sure we will. We're 8 minutes in, and I'm recognizing this is the quadruple hairpin from when I did a quick IndyCar blast earlier, so I think we're getting there. This Ginetta feels good. I think, let's see how the racing is. I think it'll be fun, but it'll basically be like racing down a public road, which is what this track's all about. I would also like to race these cars around a circuit as well. So judging the physics and the handling is a bit tricky because I've not really got a reference for how fast I can take these corners and it would be a little bit unfair to judge it too hard with its crying little engine just egging me on, but struggling up the hills. Yeah, Last Ninja Cow, good summary. And within each of these, everyone's going to have their personal preferences. So like, if you go for like the realism side of things, if you want a really realistic top end simulation experience rather than a game, then within that there are options. You can either go down iRacing's route and have huge amounts of variety with your car and tracks, really good kind of ranking system with safety rating, iRating, good matchmaking. You can almost have your own motorsport career within iRacing, which is really, really cool, but it's expensive, and there are other things that about iRacing that of course some people won't like. Then you've got LMU and ACC, which are more focused racing games and are obviously covering specific series with official licenses, and they're very, very good at what they do, but neither of them have dynamic single player experiences. They're great for online racing, they're great for like a kind of single race against AI and all this kind of stuff, good for driver swaps, or at least in Le Mans Ultimate's case will be, hopefully, once we actually get to try it out. But not as... Oh, that's the same pit entry again. No! Bad time to lose it, John. Last corner. Anyway, we'll get our qualifying lap in. Yeah, and they're good in their own right, but less diversity in terms of content than iRacing, and they've not been around for as long. And then you've also got like Race Room and Automobilista 2 in there as well, which definitely deserve credit and love, but kind of divide opinions depending on how you find the feeling of them. And they're also both very diverse with their content, great cars and tracks that you wouldn't find in other games. And yeah, I'm going in the whole spiel now. Going for the whole spiel. AC Evo as well. Lots of potential, but just needs more work in its early access phase to become a game that more people are going to want to play on a regular basis. We need online racing, or we need the open world or the career mode to be developed, because right now it's just kind of a hot lapping AI racing sim, and the AI aren't that good, but the physics are good in AC Evo, the tracks are great, there's obviously huge amounts of potential with that game, but it's not ready yet for mass enjoyment, if that makes sense. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to just abandon this qualifying lap. Yeah, I think, just looking at the comment here from Last Ninja Cow, will be interesting how Rennsport and Project Motor Racing does on console. It will be really interesting, because I think the console market needs those sorts of games. Project Motor Racing, but both of those games I think are... the jury's out, right? Like, we need to see more. I've had the pleasure of playing both in kind of development phases. Obviously, Rennsport now anyone can play, and I think, you know, for years we've been saying, well, it feels like it's got something good there, and some car and track combos feel pretty good, and it can look pretty good sometimes, but then there are other times where it just doesn't feel right. The physics aren't quite there, the force feedback's a bit off, or, you know, whatever reason it might be. Rennsport's been in development for so long, and I feel like you know, when it actually does launch on console, that's a new chance, I guess, for people who haven't experienced it to give it a go. But I just don't think it offers enough different to what other games offer, at least on PC anyway. And Project Motor Racing's a really interesting one, because it's got, on paper, it's an amazing sounding prospect. Like, the content sounds great, they're going to have a single player career, it's not going to be early access, it's going to be a full release. The content I love as a fan of old GT racing through the ages. I think it's going to be amazing. Having driven a very early build of it, so you can't judge it too hard, it's very much first impressions. I think it feels like it could be okay. Like, there are things about it that make me go, okay, this is good and this is exciting, and you can feel the potential. But also fundamentally, at the backbone of it, it kind of feels like it could be like a Project Cars 3-esque type of game. And that's a game that Project Cars 2 split a lot of opinions. Now, this felt better immediately than Project Cars 2 did, but it didn't feel like a completely different prospect. It didn't feel like an LMU or an iRacing or an ACC in terms of the physics and the handling. It felt like Project Cars 2 improved over a few years, but it still had those fundamental, what I would say, weirdnesses about the physics and the way the car kind of floats about a little bit, and the curbs and stuff. Like, there were some weird characteristics that came through, and you would have seen that if you watched our video on it. It's exciting, and it's early access, and they're working on those things, and we've been told that, you know, there's professional drivers working on all those sorts of areas to make the physics as good as possible, and That's great, but you can say all these things. Let's see how it actually is when it's closer to release, because it's all very well and good saying, oh, this is good, that's not so good, but it's being worked on, but it needs to actually prove that it's going to be improved, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm going to try and remain, like, I'm very excited about Project Motor Racing in terms of what it can deliver. I'm going to try and just remain cool until we actually get it as a full release and then judge it based on what it is then, rather than what it could be if it's improved, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Think about fuel. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this chat. I know I'm absolutely rambling, but hey, I guess it's a stream, right? So hopefully you guys are enjoying the chat anyway. Endurance Motorsport series, yeah, Keith. So we actually did a video, which you guys might have seen just on Thursday, so yesterday, about some of the games that are still to come this year. And yeah, all of these games we've talked about, Rennsport's releasing this year, Project Motor Racing, and Endurance Motorsport series. And Endurance Motorsport series is really cool as a concept. It's a bit different, and I think it's not going to be like, I don't think it's going to be F1 Manager of management games combined with an iRacing or LMU or ACC of driving games. I feel like it's going to be a bit more basic on both fronts. So it is going to be a compromise, and it's going to be fun and different, but don't expect like the best physics you've ever felt, and also don't expect the most deep management you've ever experienced either. I think, and this is me playing it a year ago at Gamescom, and Tom, my colleague, also playing it a few months ago in Paris. But it's really interesting, it's cool, but go into it with like open mind, and don't expect it to be like what you've seen before. Just play it and see. I'm definitely feeling that anyway about it. Hey Traction. Why am I saying hey Traction? Hello Traction is what Guillermo Mura says. I'm so sorry if I've mucked up the pronunciation there. But hey, very nice of you to join the stream, and I hope you're enjoying the videos you've been watching. This is basically just a video, but for 3 hours with me rambling and doing some racing in the middle. Okay, fuel and tires. Now, I think we're one of the few people that actually set a lap time. Fuel load, I mean, it says, let's just do the amount that we had in qualifying, right? I want to put in a little bit more just to be safe. The race is only 1 lap. Yeah. I'm just making, I don't want to run out of fuel, basically. We can't see the percentages. Anyway, this is going to be a fun race. Let's see what happens. Oh, V Racing, you've got a black screen. I'm so sorry. No, I think it seems to be coming through okay for everyone else. So hopefully that, maybe a refresh works. Appreciate the comments as well coming through. Yeah, I think going back to Project Motor Racing as well, where it might not be quite as refined in terms, or the physics don't, at the moment in the early build I've played, feel as good, in my opinion, as like an iRacing or an ACC or an LMU. They're also not like super accessible. I didn't feel like it was too easy. In fact, it was the opposite. It was actually really difficult, and there were some challenges to it. So I think that game's going to be a challenge to master. I don't think it's going to be like a Forza Motorsport style where it's not quite as hardcore, but it's maybe a little bit easier, like a race room or something. I think it's going to feel a bit different, and hopefully it's, you know, I still really enjoyed playing it, but it was a challenge. Okay, let's go for this view then for this race. We've got our virtual mirror now. Let's see, 1 lap around the track as a race in Ginetta Juniors. Slipstream's going to be key. See if we can stick with the leader. But again, don't really know the layout at all. But I'm sure it's the same for many people because the track's very long. You need to be a hardcore Forza Motorsport player to really learn this track properly because it's obviously a toge route. And it's reversed. And we've all got no pace in the straight line. Right, we've got a breakaway at the front here. There's 3 of us. think we're flat through this tunnel. I don't know if we're going to have to brake at some point. No, absolutely flat out and just shift down at the right moment. Yes, we've taken the lead because we did the shift at the right moment. Come on. Now we're going to lose the slipstream though. You can't really defend at this track because this is a tighter corner. Oh no, momentum, John. You can't really defend because it's so wide. We're going to leave room. Backed out, didn't want to cause a crash because there's no point. It's a long race and we seem pretty similarly paced, so that's fine by me. And we've got definitely 3 of us in the battle. 4th place is not far behind, 1.5 seconds, so I'm hoping they all come together, to be honest. Use all the road on the exit. Back down the inside. Oh, first gear needed. I was in second. I can't look left. I need to assign a button to look left. It's just switchback after switchback, but I've got it done. P2 and 3 are making contact behind me. And we've had to switch the position, right. I'm glad I qualified, because if I hadn't qualified, you'd just be at the back and recipe for disaster. I feel like I could run faster than I'm driving right now, but it's not as... There's no lights, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, I've killed all my momentum. Look at that. Oh. Drifting it. We're lucky to get away with that. I almost spun him just because we couldn't really see what we were doing under that tunnel and it all got a bit frosty. Back down the inside. Come on. Oh, this is great. This is great fun. I know they're slow as anything relative to all these other amazing cars that we get to drive on racing games, but it's just fun. I'm about to lose P2 here. I was in the wrong gear coming out of there. I need to be in first. Just doesn't feel like I should be, you know? Right, come on. Don't let the leader run away. Momentum all the way, come on. What amazing views as well. Like, look at that. Incredible. Oh, actually, I've also realised that Messi money out in front has a 9/10 of a second penalty. So as long as I finish as close as I am about now, or half a second, did I say 9/10? Half a second penalty. I could still win. No, no, John. Driving on feel rather than knowledge of the circuit, and I think it's some corners where I'm not expecting the switchback to come, it's kind of costing me a little bit. It's just trying to know when to put the focus on the exit and when to attack the corner on the entry, if that makes sense. Like there. Oh. 1.2 behind, we've got P3 though, so it's definitely 1v1 for the win. And look at this, suddenly we're doing 110 miles an hour. As soon as you get downhill a little bit, you didn't see anything. No penalty for crashing into that wall, and I probably gained a little bit from it, let's be honest. I'm actually relying on the brake lights of the car in first to tell me when the corners are coming as well. I'm just basically copying them, assuming they know where they're going a little bit. I feel I'm definitely safer in P2. No, understeer. Oh, it's intense. Look at the waterfall on the left as well. Oh, very long corners now. Faster in some places, slower in others. Too deep. Good reverberation through the tunnel. Sounds is not something I've really thought about too much. I think they're okay. Nah, I'm just not getting it slowed down in the right way, and I'm heavily missing apexes in some of those slower corners, so it's just don't think it's going to be. And once I lose that leader, I'm kind of on my own in terms of not knowing the track, so I'm going to basically just be guessing my way into the corners. Full commitment through there. And here, don't know how wide, don't know how tight it's going to get, but we're just going to go for it. I just got a proximity arrow for the other cars, but I'm guessing it's because the hairpins are pretty close together, so it's sensing them from the other part of the road, because I'm 6 seconds clear of P3. Leader is disappearing now, though. I need to remember that last corner, because the 2 times I've attacked it, I've crashed both times. No! Clearly not just the last corner we need to worry about. I'm seeing some great chat happening, but the problem is this track is too relentless, and I have obviously no muscle memory to rely on heading into the corners, not knowing what's coming up. So I'm I'm struggling to read, but I'll catch up with it in a minute. Oh, too much, too much. Really, really impressed by the road, though, and I know this is like an old Forza classic coming back. But if you were here earlier, you'd have heard me say this, but this is a new track to me because I was not a Forza Motorsport player growing up. I never had an Xbox, so it's all new to me. Yeah, it's probably going to be harder to memorize than Nordschleife. Similar lap time, but probably more corners around here, I would guess, but it's pretty close. Anyway, do you know what? P2's okay. P2's okay. Really enjoyed the first half of the race. It got a bit boring once we spread out, which is kind of predictable. But hey, I've had some good results. That's 2 podiums. A third and a second. What we're gonna get next? Yeah, I think being in a massive pack and that with your friends and like maybe not Ginetta Juniors, maybe something a little bit more powerful, even if it's like road cars, class D or something, I think it would be great. Hello, Mick Maxa. How's it going? Welcome along. Good to see you. Right, we'll see what the combos are next. We'll jump in something else. We'll maybe drive something a little bit quicker for the next race. again, I find it hard to really judge too hard how the Ginetta G40 Junior feels in terms of the handling and stuff, because it's an unknown circuit, because it's a road course and you're uphill and there's all these issues with power delivery and everything. It clearly wasn't. I wasn't not enjoying it to drive. It was a bit slow, but it was fine when we were going downhill. I would love to race it around like Donington or something. But I think with all the cars with more power out there, it's probably not going to be the most exciting thing in the long run. Nice. Which WRC game are you playing? Is it EA Sports WRC? I hope you're winning whatever rally you're doing.
We finished P2.
I still can't skip this, by the way. So once you're on the screen, it's there you go. You wait for it to go through. Beautiful white Ginetta that I bought and then didn't paint. There we are. Well done, Messi Money. Fully deserved the victory there. We're fairly romping through the driver levels now. We've almost made back our credits. And then they're racing at Nürburgring next, which would be great fun, but let's mix it up. Really impressed by the circuit, and I think drifting around there would be fun. So yeah. Also, that poll, I forgot. I haven't checked the results yet. Looks like you guys think it will come to PlayStation 5. 93 votes. Thank you for participating. Yeah, so, well, you all think this game is going to be on PS5, and I think I agree with you. I think if I had to put money on whether we'll see it or not, this game or maybe a future Forza Motorsport, I think it's going to be this one, because if they continue the cadence of the series, the next Forza game we're going to see will be Horizon. So Motorsport's still going to be a good little while away at least. We don't even know if they're working on it. It was such a big effort to make this one for them. It took them a long time. So I think they're going to have to cash in and get it on PlayStation 5. But I could understand if they didn't. So there you go. We've got GT3 at Brands Hatch. Let's not do that because we've done Brands Hatch. We've got touring cars at Sunset Peninsula Raceway. Doesn't sound... I mean, the touring cars I do not enjoy that much on this. But I'll consider it. BRZ at Hockenheim. That could be good. Or, hang on a minute. See, that one would be good as well. Old Mercedes, or Auto Union, I guess, around Suzuka in 15 minutes. That could be cool. What else we got? Semi-open and open. So we've got... these ones are still 15 minutes away. These are literally more open. I don't own many cars, so it's... I'd have to look into it, really. Daytona, Silverstone, Mugello. What do you think? I reckon I do the spec event. Everyone in BRZs around Hockenheim. It's gonna rain though. Do we want another wet race? I'm not sure. Not sure. Or we jump in something like this where we could do a Class B around Mugello in 4 minutes. Or Eagle Rock Speedway. Don't really want to do Eagle Rock. It's a bit boring. Oh, it's getting heated. I do love... the thing is, I absolutely love the passion that you guys and people have for sim racing. Like, it's great. We care a lot. Like, we want good things. We're just going to do this. I said we'd jump in some fast races, so instead of being too indecisive, I'm just gonna jump in it. Matthias says the chances for Forza Motorsport 8 to appear on PS5 is the same as GT7 appearing on Xbox Series S and X. I disagree with that statement, personally. Because, same thing as I talked about earlier, a while back now. But I just think that Polyphony don't need to release Sony don't need to release Gran Turismo 7 to bring in money for it, because it's so popular on PlayStation. I think it's different with Forza Motorsport. Because Forza Motorsport and Forza in general, the Xbox isn't as popular as console. Sorry, the Xbox isn't as possible. I'm losing my will to speak here. Xbox isn't as popular as PlayStation 5, is what I was trying to say. So I think that it's a cash grab from Microsoft to do it with Horizon, and because they've done it with Horizon, I could see why they'd want to do it with Motorsport as well to bring in the money. Whereas Gran Turismo going to Microsoft console or PC, I just don't think that's going to happen. But hey, it's all down to personal opinion, right? Let's see. I might be totally wrong, and I usually am. Let's see if we can get a qualifying lap in then. We'll do a quick race around Hockenheim in the dark. Don't know why we started in 5th gear. Oh, I could use my H-pattern shifter for this. Yeah, we'll use a shifter, why not? I know the track well. Love the Subaru BRZ. Don't really know how it feels in this game, but we're just gonna work out and wing it, and I think the race will be fun. Lots of sliding. A little bit less slow paced than the last one, let's say. Racing in the night does look amazing, but personally I'm never a fan. I love endurance racing at night, but I think doing a sprint race at night, I'm always like, oh, I just wish I could see a bit better, you know? I'm definitely someone who prefers daytime racing as in a sprint format, but obviously with endurance racing, a great part about it is that drive into the night. And it's pretty epic in real life driving at night, but it is hard to see your apices. I know you've got lights in your mirror and it's all pretty difficult. Trying to know where cars are around you. Oh, that's a good shout. Do you know what, Craig? I might do that actually, anyway, because I kind of want to... For people that may be watching the stream that don't play Forza, one of the features that I think is really interesting about it is that proximity ribbon for track limits, because it's something that other games just don't do in the same way, and I think it's actually really interesting, and I quite like it, having the option to turn it on, even though it makes it a little bit immersion breaking. So I will, after this lap, I will actually turn that on, and that's a great suggestion for night racing, because you can see things better in terms of your lines. Loving the force feedback and the feel of this car, by the way, guys, in the wet. So this is my first road car experience today. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. And I can slide it around. Look at that. Force feedback's good. It feels natural. Lack of grip's nice. It's kind of what you'd expect. I'm finding on lap 1 I already feel like I kind of know what to expect with the car, and I can throw it around in a nice way. Obviously I've still got a lot to learn, but I don't feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. So what do you guys do in Forza? So those of you who play Forza Motorsport a lot, is it mainly featured multiplayer you play? Obviously you probably did play through the career mode, but it's not the most engaging. So I understand that you guys probably don't play that continuously. So what is it you do? Is it online racing? Is it track days? Is it drifting? Or is it something I'm completely missing? Let's just turn the ribbon on for fun. So, for anyone who doesn't play Forza, you can see what I mean about this track limit ribbon. Never played Sync Girl, never played it. Yeah, interesting, okay. So Keith never touched the career mode, or barely touched it. Cecil never played it. Fair enough, Kubi. Yeah, reaching the max driver rating, that's good going. And I guess a game can only get, it's only interesting for as long as there's some form of progression, or you feel like you're getting somewhere with it. I can imagine that doesn't last forever. How many laps is this race? 5 laps, so we can take out a bit of fuel. Everyone's on sport tires because it's a road car. Perfect. Okay, nice. So you guys do play online, which is good. So QB29, you said it gets a bit old after you reach the max driver rating. do you still play the game in some other way? Do you just play it a little bit but not as often? How does that work? Yeah. Okay, fair, Michael. Is it better? What's better about it now than it was at the start? Just just because it's cleaner? Like, is it because the presentation's cleaner in terms of the glitches are gone, and or has the racing changed much? Ah, yeah. Interesting, Keith. Yeah, that's the other thing. In funny car builds, Cecil makes a very good point. Because that's something I've never really explored. As someone who's new to Forza for when it's released on PC, I've not really gone into the whole car tuning stuff and like upgrading your car to the max and doing crazy things with it. It's just not really something that I have had the time or patience to get to with these games because I enjoy other parts of them. But I know that that's like a big thing in, for instance, the Gran Turismo community. Oh, I forgot I'm using H pattern. I've started in neutral because I forgot I was using the H pattern shifter. Sorry. Anyway, we'll have some fun from the back. Trying to avoid contact with everyone. He says, crashing into the side of someone. So you can see my proximity ribbons here. So basically that's your track limits. So those blue lines, and in the dark, you're right, that makes a huge difference to being able to see what's legal and what's not. Now you can cut 2 wheels across that line, I believe, but you just can't put all 4 wheels across it. Yeah, I guess like featured race with friends, that's it. I think that's huge amounts of fun. I know some of my colleagues at Traction and Grid Finder as well, our sister company. They do Forza online races at like lunchtimes and stuff. Sometimes with a group of them in the afternoon, and it's really good fun. And because it's just so easy to jump in a race, right? Like I'm doing right now, like I'm doing today. Very easy to jump in a bunch of different races and different combos. And it's kind of like low stakes. You just jump in, have fun, make some money, jump in another race. You've got a ranking to keep it engaging, and obviously if you're racing with friends, it's always going to be fun. So yeah, makes a lot of sense. Let's try and pick our way through some of these cars then. The ribbon proximity arrows the proximity ribbon is really great in the dark. That was a great bit of advice. Not only is it a cool concept, but it actually helps a lot in the dark with your car positioning, because you can basically see where the edge of the circuit is, or the curbs even. Absolutely loving this car and track combo in the wet. Really enjoyable. Liking the force feedback, liking the physics of this. It's really hard to make direct comparisons between different racing games that are trying to achieve different things for different people. Because there are other games that if they felt like this, I wouldn't be as amazed, if that makes any sense. And vice versa, there are other games that could feel worse than this and still feel really good. It depends on what they're trying to achieve and who they're for, and obviously the variety and all these other things. Oh dear. But for what this is, and for gamepad users, for accessible racing title with lots of different cars and tracks and some fun online racing, it's good. I'm really enjoying it. And I compare this to the likes of maybe F1, which I played recently on the stream. F1 25, I did some online lobbies on that, and I'm enjoying these races more than I was enjoying the online lobbies on F1 25 in general. Get it turned. There's an amazing battle going up ahead, and I'm just because of that horrible start, I'm not in it. But I'm only 2.5 seconds off the lead, so this I would have loved to have been right in the thick of it. Let's try and get there. But it's hard because everyone's pretty closely matched, I would say. Everyone's sliding it around as well. It's awesome. This is just a great little lobby. Loving what I'm seeing out my window. Did someone ask about the heat earlier? I think I may have seen a comment about the temperature, and I missed, and I got distracted as usual. And now I'm thinking about the comment. I've been distracted from my racing, as usual. It is hot in here, but I've got a little fan on, so it's just gotten hotter now that I've made that mistake. Right, I guess we're going to do fastest lap competition now in clean air and see how we get on. 5 seconds behind the leader. Let's see if we can close that gap on this lap. I think the leader's probably too fast. .7. We're going for fastest lap. Tom's here. How's it going, Tom? I was just saying, like 5 minutes ago, before I made a mistake, that I know that you guys in the Grid Finder office sometimes like to jump on Forza Motorsport online and have some races, and it's just easy to jump into great, fun, online accessible racing, right? A bit deep in the hairpin, but it's okay. Yeah, for someone who's asking, so yeah, the track limit setting, I've just turned that on for this race specifically because someone, I think it might have been Craig, apologies if not, but someone recommended for nighttime driving, turn on the ribbon, and I actually wanted to turn it on anyway at some point just to show you, because it's a feature that other racing games don't have. But essentially it's your track limit ribbon, so if I'm to go over that blue line, that's when I'll get a track limit penalty. So it just lets you know where your borders are, but obviously when I'm racing in the dark, it also acts as like a great little, you know, a line, I guess, that keeps you within the boundaries, so it's pretty awesome. I'm really annoyed I've made that mistake on the last lap, because I'm just out of touch with everyone, even though we've got about the same pace. We've actually closed in on the leader on this lap as well. A couple of laps to go. Stay in third. I was about to go for second, but I don't think I need it. Just sliding the car, keep the momentum up. Yeah, we've actually half the gap to the leader on this one. 208.8. Oh, I'm just so jealous of that battle up in front. Yeah, I went for a wheel for this because first of all, I normally sim race on a wheel if I can, and I think on this channel we tend to, you know, when games suit it, we'll use a wheel, and I think Forza Motorsport is good enough on a wheel to suit it. But it's one of those games where it's 50-50. You know, if you jump on a gamepad, it's probably more representative for a lot of people, but I think it's good enough on both. I had a few issues getting my gamepad set up, so I just thought, well, I'll just jump on wheel. Why not? It's going to get spicy up in front. Man, I'm just not close enough. Lap 4 out of 5 now, so we've got 1 1/3 laps to go. New leader as well. There's a few of them have got penalties, so if I'm close enough, could be a few positions gained if I can keep my nose clean and not do that. Oh, someone's off. That's 5th. Red one's wide. And we're back. Oh no, I'm going to run out of fuel. Am I? Nah, surely. We'll take a risk. It's telling me to pit for fuel. I've got estimated 1 lap to go. Let's just hope. Hope we've got enough, and if we run out, who cares? Nice through turn 1. Curb slowed me down a little bit, but I carried good momentum. Force the red one into running wide, maybe. Actually, I've gone too early. Thought I was late on the brakes, but I really wasn't. Handling's good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, like... This car is understeering in the wet. It should be understeering in the wet, though. And I have... You can clearly see the oversteer. Like, I'm sliding it with the power on and everything. This particular car I'm really enjoying. I've said that since the start of this race. I'm actually really impressed with the BRZ. It felt immediately, like, natural. And that's a big thing with games like this. The car needs to feel natural. It needs to kind of do roughly what you'd expect it to do when you do certain inputs. And obviously some cars... For different cars, that means very, very different things. But this is driving... this is probably the easiest I've found. Jumping into a car and just expecting it to do stuff and it actually doing it. This is probably number 1, maybe along with the P2. I think the LMP2 we raced earlier at Brands Hatch in the wet was epic as well. Slightly better than the Indy car, I would say. Got that move done. Oh, bit of contact. I was fully on lock, trying to avoid that one. It's all good. Leave a bit of space here. Brake early so we don't understeer into them. We're going to get past anyway. Nice. Defend it on the apex. Stop any switchbacks. On the power. Is he going to send it? No. Really good, clean racing, I'd say. Again, not for the first time today. There we go. Not close enough to take advantage of the penalties in front, but it's P4. Fresh cut flurry, are you normally using assists? Like traction control or steering assists? Or I tend to drive these cars quite aggressively, let's say. Like my style... With cars like this, I tend to use the power and keep the momentum going. It's like from my Mazda MX-5 days, but obviously being smooth is a lot better some of the time. Sometimes you just need a bit of stupid Johnness to try and get some pace out of the cars. But I got fastest lap. No, I didn't. Damn. The guy who finished 5th got fastest lap, 208.6, but I was close. Right, enjoyed it. What's next? Oh, you turn off everything as well, yeah. Well, I am, to be fair, it's wet, and also I'm using a lot of throttle on the exits. Yeah, that's probably true. Obviously, it's also a rear-wheel drive thing. This car's not got much power, but the tires are skinny enough, and the car. I mean, the BRZ and the Toyota GR86 or GT86 have been designed to do things like that, and they do them very well. Ooh, sorry, I'm just seeing Binowit's comment. Binowit? Don't know how you pronounce that. But yeah, GT4 Spec 2. I've heard all about that, and GT4, as you may well know if you followed us for a while, is my favorite ever racing game. So that is that's cool. I should have saved the replays more. If we're doing a video on Forza soon, I should be capturing as much as possible to make the video easier to create. So I keep clicking through and forgetting to save replays. It's terrible. Anyway, Watkins Glen in GT3s. I want to try a couple more short races because we've done the long, we've done the medium. I'm jealous though because I would love to race the P2 around Lime Rock. GT3 is an option, let's say. Spec events, we've got the juniors we've done, the BRZ we've done. Now, old Auto Union around Road America. Oh, that's very, very cool. Tempted. Very tempted. And I could do a little bit of practice for it as well. And these ones are 10 minutes away. Mugello, Homestead. Nah, Road America, Birth of Grand Prix series. Let's do the full set for spec events. Let's get in and give it a go. I think this kind of car should suit the handling quite well with the steering wheel. Right, I'm going to end that poll now. 130 of you have voted. Thank you all for joining in. And you'll see the results. So yes, You guys believe we will see Forza Motorsport on PS5. More of you believe that than don't. Although, no, that's actually not true. I'm talking nonsense, because if you combine the two no's, it's more people think no than yes. But the most popular answer is yes, as an individual answer. Interesting. Yeah, but Spa, I know, I love Spa, but I have raced around Spa more than any other track, probably in live streams in this, and especially like in LMU, it's like Spa every second race I do, it feels like. So let's enjoy some Road America in a classic Mercedes. Yeah. Let's look at the, that's a good point actually, Keith. Yeah, let's choose what we want to, how we want to view it. Means, medians, and modes, all sorts of stuff. It's been too long since I've done maths in school. Right, let's pick a car. So the Auto Union is the one on the picture. You've got the 1939 Mercedes W154. You've got the Auto Union Type D, the Bugatti 1926, the 1948 Ferrari 166, and then the 1939 Maserati. Excellent. Charles, I think we've got to go with the Auto Union because it's the car in the picture that made me want to pick it. Saying that, the Ferrari is the Ferrari's got the highest performance index and it's the cheapest. What do you think, Ferrari? What do you think, guys? I'm tempted by the Ferrari because it's fast. I'm tempted by the Auto Union because it's the photo from that we joined with. There's also the other Mercedes which looks beautiful. Oh, lower's better. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. If you're wanting to go down that route, let's go the Auto Union. We're doing it. Benoit, thank you, Benoit. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, 6.2 speed, no brakes, decent acceleration, relatively. I think speed is what we want around Road America. The Ferrari struggles with that. The Ferrari's an all-rounder in a bad way. They're all bad, let's be honest, the cars from the 30s and 40s. But we're going to go the Auto Union. Let's just be an absolute beast on the straights and then worry about the brakes when we get there. We're going to rent it for now because I'm not going to spend all the money on these cars for these one-off events today. Oh, sorry, you guys. You want to see the stats. I can still go back. So the stat card is... I've got that. Is there another one and more details? Is that the one you mean? The stat card? So 485 brake horsepower from a 3-litre V12. They just don't build them like this anymore, funnily enough. 163,000. Yeah, exactly. Got to press it again, do I? No, that's just... Yeah. Maybe there's a bit of a delay. Hopefully that's what you're looking for anyway. Then you've got the Ferrari's a 2-litre V12. 2-litre V12! Give me more of that, please. 273 horsepower, so that's like just over half the Auto Union. But look at that, I mean, V12... You got 8. The Merc V12, 483 horsepower. 50-50 weight distribution. Yeah, sorry, Cecil. That makes sense. Yeah, hopefully that's what you're looking for. I'll slowly go through the stats for each car just briefly so you guys can pause it if you want to read them more closely. But I'm going to jump in the Auto Union. And we're going to get out on track and see how it feels. Straight into qualifying. It's going to sound awesome. Iconic car. Let's see how it handles in Forza Motorsport. Oh, look at this. I'm going to turn the proximity ribbons off again, I think. So, downforce is not a word. That's part of the vocabulary. Oh, we're on an online session, so I might lose a bit of my lap here, but I'm going to do it anyway. Proximity ribbons off. If I get there quick enough, I'll make it for turn 1. I should have done this first. Sorry, guys. I forgot. Resume. Let's go. Now, again, I'm going to use the H pattern, I think, for this. I don't think this had a paddle shift. But we should be able to drift it a little bit. I'm in my happy place. Ah, do you think it had Android CarPlay? Or Android Auto, whatever it's called. Android Auto, there it is. Braking at the 4. Do you know what? The brakes aren't as bad as I genuinely thought they would be. Oh, you'll get there. Yeah, these sorts of cars require very different driving technique and a lot of patience. Braking, because they've got good power, even for today's standards. Like, look at the, I mean, this is 5 times more powerful than the Ginetta I raced earlier. But obviously they've just got no downforce, very skinny tyres and old drum brakes. So you've got to be very cautious on the brakes. Treat them with respect into the corners, but once you actually get them slowed down to the right speed, they're pretty good. This is my first time driving a car like this on Forza Motorsport ever, and instantly, again, just like the BRZ, I would say, it just feels really, really natural, which is a huge compliment for a game of this type, where I'm, you know, with all my sim racing, I guess, like, sim racing is what I look at as, that's terrible, as my normal go-to, so I'm comparing this to, like, as someone who races a lot of, like, you know, hardcore sims, let's say. So it's always with a pinch of salt because it's a different sort of thing, but this feels really nice. I'm really enjoying it. It feels natural. It's doing what I expect it to do, and I think this is going to be an amazing race. If we've got some people that are similar speed, hopefully they've picked cars that are also fast in a straight line, or much better in the corners. Obviously, I've still got some work to do, but yeah, feeling really, really good. That was my exploratory lap, and I just wanted to make sure all the marshals were okay before we start the fast lap. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. In the slipstream of the Merc, we're going to stick with this view so you guys can see the steering inputs, just for anyone wondering.
2 left.
We have to brake. Don't know where. Let's brake, like, here? No. Here, just before the slip road. Okay, that's fine. Could go a little bit later. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be a fun race. Look at this. We're ghosting, obviously, because it's qualifying. The Merc's got good pace. He's gone too deep, surely. Yep, bye. .230 is what we're looking for by Wheezy Leaf. Too many steering inputs for me on the way in there. I just turned into the blind corner earlier than I needed to. I also try and blip on the downshift, so when I'm using an H pattern, or even if you're using just paddles with a car like this, if you can, if you're braking with your left foot, and as you're shifting down, just as you come into the gear, try a little blip on the throttle. And I don't know if it's going to make a difference on Forza Motorsport. There might even be an auto blip, so I might be talking nonsense, but it just helps the stability of the car in certain situations doing that in other games. So I kind of do it subconsciously, but if you're finding you're losing the rear of the car under braking a lot, try giving it a little throttle blip. Yeah, cheers, Cecil. I will remember to do the fuel load for the race. Don't really care where I start, to be honest. It's more just about the race itself. Come on, get our 230. That's not great. In we go. Too wide, but power on. Lost a bit of time. 12 seconds up though, so this should be a 220 something. And we'll get one more lap in. Almost. We're crossing the line with exactly 230 to go. 227.7. Let's brake at the slip road this time. Oh, just about okay. I'll try and not blip and see if it does it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the... I've just seen the comment, patience is what you're missing. Yeah, I think that's it. If you're used to driving high downforce stuff, it's, in the words of Gary Barlow, you do need to have a little patience. It's just lower your expectation for what it's going to do into the corners, and once you start getting it slowed down at the right point, you then hit your apex, so suddenly it doesn't feel as frustrating because you're making the corners, and you realise that actually it's huge fun. You just can't expect to go around the corners as quick as something with downforce. Done it again. Turning in twice to that right-hander, losing loads of time through there. Good watching for lockups as well. I'm not braking too heavily. You can probably see the inputs in the bottom right. This is a painful corner in a car like this. Power on now. Run out wide. Take this a little quicker now with a bit more bravery. No, it's too much. Okay, so we do need to brake for that and change down to third. Just wanted to test that, you know. I was racing the clock, but we're gonna lose now. I'll still try and beat the clock. Give us something to chase. And we'll try and get a tidier last sector.
30 seconds.
Blind corner, very tricky. That's the corner where I binned it from the lead of the Road America 500. Me and Ross were leading the entire race. Massive margin in iRacing, a special event, and I hit the curb in the wrong way in the exit, lost it over to the left, binned it, and we ended up 10th. This is, I've not actually tried it on a Moza, QB. This is a Simucube 2 Pro.
Nice work out there.
And I've not tried Forza Motorsport specifically on a Moza. I've only tried it on, I think, a Fanatec DD Pro. Look, everyone's in the Ferrari. If I'd known everyone else was in the Ferrari, I would have joined them. But too late. Right. We'll take a little bit of fuel out, but let's not go overboard. Can I win a race? Can I finally win a race today? I've had seconds, I've had thirds, I've had fourths, I've had crashes. I think I've had a fifth. Sorry, I'm just catching up, Tom, on your other chat. Yeah, what features does this Mercedes / Auto Union have that my Mercedes has as well? No sat nav. Not sure about Bluetooth. It's got a steering wheel. Also, why am I saying Mercedes? It's an Auto Union. Audi. Oh, yes, I'm not the only one. Right, you guys watching this race are in this split. Yo boy Rodimus. Good luck to you too. I'm so sorry in advance if I mess your race up. Let's hopefully have a good battle. Let's have some fun. The weird dead zone in the center. No, but have you checked the settings for that? Because there is, I'm sure you will have, but there's in advanced wheel settings you can turn off the dead zones. The default is 5% and it's horrible. So just make sure that's on 0%. You shouldn't have a dead zone in the middle. And if you still have a dead zone in the middle, that's just check your Moza software, make sure it's working okay there, make sure it works in other games, because that shouldn't be doing that. And let's make sure we actually start in gear this time. Right, come on! Oh, look at the Ferrari acceleration! Right, I'm trying to work out which one of you is watching the stream. You obviously can't comment to let me know your user tag. Right, so I think I've got more top speed. I've not got the acceleration, but once we get going, I've got the power. So this is going to be fun. Ooh, had to lift there. Oh, this is brilliant. I'm in my happy place. Right, let's get the Auto Union power on and just drive past these Ferraris. As I say, the brakes are not as good as proven. The brakes are not as good in these German machines as they are in the Ferrari or the Maserati. So I'll be charging past on the big straights, and then I'll have to brake earlier. And then in the corners, we're possibly quite similar.
Time penalty is
How's that? Oh, 8/10 gain, really? I thought I lost time for that, but... There's P2. Timing, getting back in the throttle is all that matters here. Full throttle now. There we go. No, I went slightly too early. Right, cautious through here. Catherine leg corner, let's call it. Oh, the Ferrari and P1's got off. They've saved it. Oh, good save. Ish. Yeah, good save. They're still in the grass. They're still sideways. They're still losing it in my mirror. Did you save it in the end? I don't even know. I really hope. I think you did. Incredible stuff. I was so invested in that save because it lasted about 15 seconds. Right, how many? 8 laps. Jeez, right. We'll go for a fast lap. I've got an 8/10 penalty as well, and then but my car, I think I might have an advantage here, so I'd rather have a good battle. So if we get a fast lap in, I'll back off maybe, and we'll join the fight. But saying that, there are lots of cars in the battle now. I kind of want to battle now. I don't really want to drive away and then let everyone spread out. I don't honestly, that's not me saying that I expect to drive away. I might not. It's more just because in qualifying I was a few seconds ahead, and they're all we're already got a 3-second lead. Yeah, I'm gonna back off. We'll save the lap times for later. Oh no! P2 got spun off. It was an accident. All good. Yeah, let's just have some fun. Are they going to go too deep? Or are they going to make the corner? One of them. It's really funny, every time we head into the 90-degree left-hander at the bottom of the hill, I can't remember the name of it, but every time we head in there, one of the silver cars goes flying on because they can't get stopped. The Italians are fine. Oh, nice. It's been great. It's been really good racing the last 3 races. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself in this. Really enjoyed the BRZ at Hockenheim last one as well. Look at the power difference here. Oh, I'm locked up. Do you want a slipstream? I don't know if it's going to work for you. Yeah, corners that are normally not corners at Road America, it suddenly become corners. Let's go for a fast lap. Use all the track limits we can get away with without invalidating if possible. We seem a little bit slower in the first sector, but we stretch our legs later in the lap. And the two of us seem pretty similarly paced, which is awesome. I've got a bigger penalty, so I need to watch out for that. I just don't have the brakes. I am heavier as well. There we go. Full power. Now we stretch our legs. 1.5, 1.6, 7. There we go. There's a decent lap time anyway. We'll back off and have another battle. Good race to you too. I don't know how to leave text chat during the race. 2:25.6. Let's battle more because it's more fun when there's multiple people. It might. I don't know if this is. So this is Roddy's Moose Prime. Roddy's Moose Prime. I don't know. What am I doing with the pronunciation there? I have no idea. I don't even know why I attempted it. But this might be the one of you that's in this chat and joining in this race, because I think you were right near me on the grid. So if it's you and you're listening to this, then let's just have some fun. Because I did not know your gamer tag. Oh, 2 wheels! That was epic. Going outside. So much patience required through that corner. Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? Oh, it's Rod. That makes sense. Let's go. Yeah, these tires. I mean, I'm about to die, aren't I? you guys in the comments know what's happening. I'm having too much fun, and I'm definitely not going to finish these races on these tires. I don't know if we should be pitting for more though, or are they actually going to die? I don't really care if they die, let's be honest. I've just got the moderate warning. They are actually going to die, yeah, fair. Do I need to pit then? Yeah, fair. Okay, I mean, I need to box. Box. Thanks for your advice. if you're in this stream, Rod, then I'm going to pit this lap for some tyres. I can already feel them actually dying now. We don't need any fuel, thankfully. Yeah, I think you can hear me because I'm seeing you're chatting when you can hear me. When I'm speaking in the stream, I can see you chatting, so in the game. It's your win if you've got the tyres. It was good fun. No, they're in as well. Excellent. Right. We shall resume the battle. And we might be in second and third. Hey. Honestly, I cannot complain about what I'm experiencing right now in any way. And I didn't come here to complain in any way. I came here to evaluate, to enjoy myself. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream as well. I just came here to go, what is it like jumping on Forza Motorsport in 2025, having not played it for a long time? Yeah. Oh, it is you. Amazing. I thought it was you, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so as I say, yeah, coming in with a completely neutral point of view, blank canvas, and I honestly am not in any way upset with what I'm experiencing today. There have been a couple of, I would say, oh no, let's say moments where it's just been a bit meh, and they've been very few and far between. I'd say the worst race was probably literally the very first one. It was just because of the chaos in the first lap, but it was also because of netcode, and I've not seen netcode that bad since that first race. Since then, yeah, it's just been fun. It's been really, really fun. Obviously, lots of other things you can do in this game that need to be judged as well if we're talking about a re-evaluation of this game now. But in terms of the online multiplayer, which was already good anyway, it's absolutely delivering. And I like the weird and wonderful stuff. I'm not, you know, I would never pick as first choice the touring cars or the GT3s. I would race them, but especially if they were the only races that had people in them. But I'm someone who loves, you know, vintage cars like these, and the Ginetta Juniors and the BRZ and all that kind of stuff. The P2s as well, big fan. And all of the cars that I've hoped would deliver have delivered, if that makes sense. Right. Still P1 and 2, so the race is absolutely resuming. I'm glad you guys in the chat knew about the tyres to tell me. Oh, Rod! No need to apologise. Yeah, I can do what I want with the tyres now because we've only got to get through a few more laps. I can absolutely crucify them. And we've got the speed at the end of the straight. Oh, Ibrahim's back. Nice. It's going great. Honestly, all you've missed is just good racing. Like, we've had nothing bad happen. I've just had a load of fun. Good competitive online racing in various different cars and categories. I have 5th gear. I didn't know I had 5th gear. And we're just playing around in old vintage F1 stuff now, Ibrahim. And I believe it's Rod, who I'm racing with, is in this chat as well, so we're having fun. I've got the legs at the end of the straights. I think that's why I rode America, even though I've got a lower performance index. I think the Auto Union is good at this particular circuit. Because what I'm missing in brakes and acceleration, I'm making up for Also, hey Adam, yeah, it's Road America. Nice to see you again. Great track, Road America. Great in like IndyCar and kart and all these things. Great in prototypes. Not so good in low-powered machinery. It's too fast. Too big a venue. Elkhart Lake, as it's also known. Oh, that's a bit wide. That's the curb that killed me in the Road America 500. Right, come on, Rod, get the slipstream. I'll tow you up the hill. Don't think he's got the grunt. Oh no! What a nightmare, Pixel. That's a shame. Thankfully, I've not experienced any of that. Too deep. Right, last lap of the race. It's time to go. Let's see if we can get a winning gap. Looking good at the moment. Just need to keep it clean now. Oh, hey, Jonathan. How are you getting on? Awesome, yeah. I can imagine the speeds that you get up to around this place would be awesome to witness in real life. It's a bit like Le Mans, really. Like, it's, you know, similar sort of vibe with big, long straights into slow 90-degree corners or fast-flowing stuff, long corners. It's kind of... It's Le Mans-esque, I always think, Road America. Different, but very different, but there's certain elements of it that remind me of it. And I think seeing those like IMSA races around there, or kart and IndyCar, I see you on two wheels, Rod, and I see you off the track. NASCAR, of course, have raced around here in the past as well. That was too wide. Bit dangerous. But I've got 5 seconds now. The oversteer question, like, obviously, Jay, there'll be people way better qualified to comment on that at this stage. Based on today, I've not found too many overly oversteery issues. I think I did a lap in a GT3 Lexus when I was getting set up with the wheel as well, and I thought that, and actually also the GT3 Porsche. Oh no, that's terrible, John. What are you doing? That could be the race for me. No, it's fine. Don't get a bigger penalty, hopefully. No penalty. We're good. Yeah, I found there was the weird thing, especially with the Porsche, actually, was how unstable the car was under braking. Like, when I hit the brakes, I was properly fishtailing the rear of the car. And it was way too snappy. So maybe that is what you mean by the oversteer. Oh, you mean understeer? Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's maybe setup and stuff. Hey, I won a race, guys. I actually won a race on Forza Motorsport. Rod 226.9, good effort on the fastest lap. I think my car had the legs on you there, let's be honest. Yeah, great stuff. Really, really enjoyed the race though. Great, clean battling. I know we were just playing around and sliding it everywhere, and it was super. The two-wheel stuff was great as well. Yeah, I think. Okay, so you meant to say understeer. That makes more sense, because I do think that, in my experience today, I think there's more understeer going into the corners than you might expect, but then you get the oversteer with the throttle and the exits. However, I've not done any setup work because I'm kind of renting all the cars, so that could also be fixed with setup, and I think understeer is a good place to start because you can then dial that out. I did find, though, that off-stream, the GT3s I drove were too loose under the rear under braking. I think the Huracan Cup car was similar as well, or the Super Trophy or whatever it's called. So that's something. But no, I think generally speaking, I'm really happy. So, guys, that's going to be the last race of the stream. It's 5 o'clock. Time has flown by, and I hope you have enjoyed the racing. I have obviously been having an amazing time, as you will have seen, and I really hope that that's translated across, and you guys have been able to enjoy the stream. Great way to start the weekend. Hey, Forza Motorsport. No complaints from today. Very, very limited complaints, and I would thoroughly enjoy jumping back on and playing more of this game. Ted Bear wants a quick touring car race. I would love to, but I think I need to go. Next time, Ted Bear. But I appreciate it, and apologies. But yeah, well done. Thank you for everyone for joining the chat. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And I've appreciated having you along as always. I've done a lot of rambling today. A lot of general nattering about all things racing games as always. So great to hear you in the comments, giving me lots to go off of, and obviously giving your inputs as well about these things. And obviously nice to see some new viewers as well, because I know that we haven't streamed Forza Motorsport, and I saw a lot of new names there today. You guys were getting involved. A lot of you are Forza Motorsport players regularly, and I'm so glad we're giving this another go and re-evaluating where it's at, because it's a good sign so far. Let's see, when I play more of the game, I remember to save the replay that time, when I play more of the game, I go back into career mode, see how that feels, do some more different car classes and AI racing, and I'll get a real clear indication of where we're at with this, and see if there's any more glitches and all sorts of stuff. But keep an eye out on the channel for more Forza Motorsport content coming very soon. And of course, racing games and sim racing titles of all kinds. Hope you all have a lovely Friday evening, or Friday afternoon if you're somewhere else in the world that it's way earlier right now. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your sim racing, enjoy whatever it is you're up to. Hopefully you get some good weather as well. And I will see you all in another stream or another video very, very soon. Take care, thanks for watching. See you later. Look, for anyone who stayed around, A ranking safety, 4,900 skill. I thought I was going to go severely downhill today from 4,600, but it turns out we've gone up to 4,900. So, hey, road to 5,000, we're on it. And yeah, enjoy the 24 hours of Nürburgring as well this weekend. Forgot to say. Bye!